I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.
You might want to take a hint. It's something wrong with you when you can't even take a good hint. There's something fundamentally wrong when you can't take a hint. You might want to leave me alone. Your boy over there might want to leave me and whoever else on my channel alone. And then I heard something about some guy want to pop one of the people on my one of the people in one of my supporters in the face. Yeah, I heard that too. He says again, you might want to leave me alone because listening is not your strong suit. I told you this 2 years ago. See, the problem with you, you don't know the difference between trolling and being serious. See, you troll so much online that you fuck over people. And then let's talk about one thing you did, right? One thing you said, Big J, I ain't looking for your protection. I never talked about your protection. I never said you needed my protection. See, that's been the biggest mistake that people like you can't grasp. It never was about you. It was about the future. The future needs saving. But the problem is with somebody like you can't sit there and see the seriousness that I'm about. Now you the one helped further a narrative of hating black women. And don't you ever try to record my shit and put on your channel. Because I didn't give nobody permission to put anything on your channel. Do you understand? While you got those idiots in your comment section egging this on, and you think this is funny, when those people who's in your comment section really got a gripe because they too was told to stop. One man who's up in your comment section is only reason why he's in your comment section because he's trying to defend his friend who made a threat to the woman that I was dating. And by the way, the women who I was dating were all dark skinned black women. While you promote the agenda that I put white women above black women. Remember that woman named Kiri Ma? You might want to talk to her while you're sitting over here trying So Big J is going after black women because you heard what Bomb Cherry says. Yes, yes, we can speak because unlike Candy Cane, you hide. Candy Cane's more of a woman than you. You see this? The link's right here. You won't hit the link. Yet you want to do some gossiping videos about me. Going after me and Pure Butterfly. No, you're not going to keep on doing that. Now, nobody here is talking to you or talking to that dirtbag over there.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
You said brave. I don't know if it's brave. It might just be stupidity. My dad used to say I didn't have stopping sense, so there's that. But yeah, I came up here because you said you understood, and I don't think you do. It's a conversation. If you want to have it on here, we can have it on here, or we can have it behind the scenes. It's up to you.
Let's have it here then.
All right. First of all, this morning pissed me off like I haven't been pissed off in a long time. And it was mainly, and I just want you to follow me. Just hear me out on this.
Mm-hmm.
I come up there to ask you questions, to speak directly to you. I ask before I even start to speak directly to you, right? Because I don't want to just
Right.
interrupt your show. I ask for the floor for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And in the midst of me talking to you, you have Mo Love, who is a white woman, in the background. She's steady trying to tag in on this one-on-one. You don't need her help. I don't need her help. We're talking. We have a rapport.
Right.
And instead of her standing down, what does she do? Keep jumping in, keep trying to put in input, commenting, and not even aware of what I'm even talking about because she wasn't in my stream and she wasn't in your stream.
Mm-hmm.
But yet she got a goddamn opinion. So when I say I don't need anyone to speak for me, I'm speaking about Mo. And any other woman on this app who thinks that she can be my voice. You can't. Now, in regards to the optics of that, Big J, I don't know, and I've never accused you of putting white women above any of your black supporters, but in that moment, that's how it looked. Because the Big J that I know, I've seen him drop Soul Provider. Soul Provider couldn't even open his mouth to get 2 words out before he was dropped. You sitting here begging and pleading on your own damn panel for Mo to shut up and mind her business. The Big J that I know should have dropped her because that's what he does consistently. Why didn't you? Put her in the back.
Okay.
And I'm not telling you how to run your show. See, this is the difference. I was mad at you about that too. And I know you saw what I posted to you with my response to you because I felt like we are all creators. I know I'm the baby of the group, quote unquote, the newest one, right? But like everybody is doing what they do with their content. And who are you or who am I or who is anybody else to come and tell you how to run your ship? Now, if you're looking for advice, if I'm coming looking for advice, that's one thing. Absolutely. I'm open to anything that anybody has to say about what I'm doing because I'm putting myself in a vulnerable position, right? But
Right.
if I'm just up there hosting, like y'all are like, imagine me coming up here trying to tell you what to do with your show. How would you feel about that? Would that not feel insulting to you? Because you like, I got this. You've never needed my help to run your show. Why would you all of a sudden need somebody like you may not have meant to do that in that moment, but that's how it came off to me when you did your review. I don't even think I felt that so much in the midst of what was happening. It was the review. Did you listen to what you said? Did you go
Yes.
back and actually?
Yeah,
Did,
yeah, and I told you something. I replied back to you about what I said, and then I said I must apologize to you. I don't know if you read that or not. I saw that.
I didn't go back to it, so I'm sorry. I missed it. I missed it. I I uh I didn't come on this morning to really harp about that. My main complaint or question to you was, if Sharon, as I understood it when I came in and was listening, you said Sharon dropped his link and basically wanted all of the people who was trying to hit my link to come talk to him directly. He was saying, here's the smoke show. Y'all want to come give me the smoke? Come give me the smoke, right? And so then I hear you say nobody showed up. And do you know how pissed off that made me to hear all of these people with all of these war cries for Sharon not show up? Y'all not gonna show up to the smoke show, but you want to come to my platform where I don't want the drama, I don't want the beef, and I'm trying to have cohesive conversations, and everybody wants to come up there and play these little games trying to get at Sharon. And I'm like, so wait a minute, y'all gonna hide behind the skirt of a woman to get at a man instead of going to that man directly? That was what I was trying to say earlier this morning when I was talking to you, when Mo kept jumping her ass in the way. And so now I'm coming to tell you, although I know you say you do not pedestalize or put these women above us, in that moment, that's what it looked like. That would be the optics of it, because here we were having a conversation, you and I, even Queen got out the way. She heard it. I heard her say, uh-oh, and back on out of it, because she knew that was between me and you. You are able to articulate yourself. I am able to articulate myself. We didn't need a peanut gallery.
Mm-hmm.
And so do you understand how you may not realize what you're doing and how it looks, but I'm giving you a real life in the moment example that you can think of, that we were both there, of how it looked, that someone can say you put white women above, because in that moment, Mo should have been kicked, or she should have been silenced, or there should have been more done to get her out the business that she had no business being in. And then I dropped down to try and keep some peace, salvage some peace, because at this point, I'm getting ready to cuss her out on the internet, and I don't do that. And so instead, now I'm cussing her out in the chat, when all she had to do was back up out the business that doesn't pay her.
Well, like she can't come back over here no more.
Oh, I don't even know what happened. When I told you I left, I left. I was out.
Yeah, because I was trying to get you back on here and she keep on talking. So she can't come back.
But see, that's what
that made me prove what Bomb was, that make Bomb look, so that what she did really pissed me the fuck off. And she did all throughout the whole night, snapping at me and shit. Maybe you gotta let me back on. No.
See, part of the problem is part of the issue. I think the disconnect, and this is not to create a race war between Big J's white supporters and his black supporters, right? The issue is decorum. You have to know how to read the room, and when it is your space and place to jump in, and when you're not needed. The fact that Mo kept jumping in, that's the audacity. So the caucasity that she came with is because in this moment, nobody needed your assistance, and you steady trying to alley-oop. So it pissed me off, because I'm just like, you're in the middle of this. I appreciate the fact that you said you finally did kick her. I did not know that. So I will say thank you for that. All I'm saying is, when it comes to issues like this, woman to woman, any woman out there under the sound of my voice, if you can hear me, learn when you're needed and when you're not, and just go ahead and back up, because now you got to get a fight that you had no business even being in. I don't have no reason to cuss Mo out, but I cussed her out because she was in my business.
And she was interrupting you when I was telling her ass to shut the fuck up.
Well, Candy Cane, I would just want you to know that I cussed her ass out about a good 3 to 5 times. So she got it.
I appreciate that. When I'm telling you, I did not know this. I left. I was so damn hot. Because now, like I said,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I
Yeah,
don't
You
like
might
I
the
need to
was
take that
military.
video out private so you can see it. Yeah, I got in her ass real good. And she looked like a lunatic in the chat. So I'm finna go back down so y'all can finish our conversation.
because
I appreciate that, Queen.
at first I was feeling sad, but the more I looked at it, the more I was pissed off about it. You know, so no, she can't come back because the problem is though, you know, you was talking and she just kept on doing that bullshit. And and when you left, I was still trying to call you back to come back on the panel when you left. I didn't know you left. I was like, hey, Candy Cane, come back, Candy Cane, come back. And and that really, and I was interested in what you were saying. And all thing
Well,
she
we
want to care about is what Sharon did to her 2 years ago and shit. That doesn't have nothing to do with the fuck with though what you had to was talking about.
I don't know what she was talking about. All I heard, it seemed like she was trying to defend Sharon, and I kept trying to tell her to shut up because this had nothing to do. It was not about Sharon, but it was about Sharon. Like again,
Right,
you
right.
jumping in the mix, trying to sip the Kool Aid, and you do not know the flavor. Back up. So yeah, when
Now,
you said understood, I just wanted to make sure we were clear. I'm not really even mad at you. Like I was disappointed. I will say, like with the whole talking about nobody was qualified to have that conversation on the panel. I'm like, Big J, really?
well, I was talking about the men on the panel, but yeah. You went ahead and you caught it straight, which wasn't really meant for you because you were the host, but because you said you had Palestinian friends and all that they could be listening, and while you know,
And do you know they were? They were listening. Because
hmm
contrary to popular belief, I know everybody on here is a damn character. I'm not. What you see on the internet is who I am in real life, right?
right,
Plus or minus a few extra features, whatever you want to call it, right? But
hmm
then I turn around and I have my real life people peeking in on this, watching, my family watching. So yeah, I had to slow that down because I'm like, this is not supposed to be about their religion, their struggles on their country. Afro, what's his name? That's not his name anymore.
uh, uh,
Pam
uh,
Mulatto.
yeah, Pan Mulatto, yes,
Pam Mulatto want to come up here and make this a race war thing. Like it was going too far left, doing too much, and I was just trying to rein it back in. So yeah, I don't know. It just I hear you and I accept the apology. I just in the moment I'm like, damn, Big J, why would I catch it straight? What did I do? You know what I mean? Like I get it. You're gonna have criticisms out here. I'm open to the criticism. I can't even get the word out. But it just felt undue and unjust, and especially coming from somebody that I support. And that was another thing that I got pissed off with the whole Mo thing. She up there talking for like she the first lady of the damn church. Nobody asked her to jump in. And I'm like, girl, you barely here. I'm here all the time. Who are you to think that you can even address me right now?
and
I don't know.
and she made and the problem is she was making her little point about, oh, Sharon blocked me, shit. Like nobody gives a fuck about what Sharon did to you. And the only reason I
That's
put
why
it back on the panel, and the only reason I put it back on the panel, because I was going to say, okay, let me let uh you talk first, and then listen to what Mo had to say. But when she kept on and all that shit about Sharon blocked me, and Sharon's wife is a bitch, all that shit, right? I'm like, why are you jumping in the middle of what you were saying?
I mean,
I was being
listen,
irritated. I was irritated.
I was around when Mo came into the space. I was there. I remember. Like she and I have never had any words or any dealings with each other for real, but I never really took to her because I remember how she came and slithered her way into the space. And she came in like the agent that I believe she is. But that's neither here nor there. In regards to her jumping in with that Sharon shit, it was like the Mo show. She wanted to make it the Mo hour, and it had like again. That's why I was in the chat telling her to shut the fuck up. Like this is not about you. It's not about you, Marsha, Marsha, Marsha.
You know, the irony is some of the non-black people of this channel did say she's kind of acting like an agent. But anyway, let's keep it moving.
No, like I'm not gonna go down in history. You know, you were a historian, so am I, Big J. I've been here a long time. Although, like I said, I'm new to the whole content creation, hosting panels, blah blah blah. But I've been in this space very long time. My memory goes back a while. It's not
Mm-hmm.
very much that I've forgotten,
Mm-hmm.
and that includes Mo. So I just wanted to come up here and clarify that. And then to go back to my original purpose for coming up was, how is it that you men will say you want smoke with Sharon, and he will open up the doors, drop the link? Now I get it. You say PhD Diva might buy you down, but to me it seems silly for Sharon to open up a smoke show and then allow people to get bought off. Either you want the smoke or you don't. So in my mind, in my eyes, I feel like if he's going to do that, he needs to allow y'all to come up there and really get the smoke off and y'all hash it out versus letting you come up just to be brought down. But that's his channel. He can do what he wants to with it. I just want to know why the men want to come through under the skirt of a woman instead of going directly to the men.
I mean, Drew Sharon's channel, right?
Yes. Yes.
Well, I mean, you got the human mute button, and then you got Bomb sitting right there, interfering, and and then you got those idiots in that chat room. I mean, just like what happened today, right? I'm using this as a prime example. The women start cussing each other out, right over there. They got on a panel, cuss each other, call each other kids and all that shit, right? And then out of the blue, it's the men's fault for the reason why these women are cussing each other out. And then the trap was laid out because Brownsville laid out that trap. And so when somebody tried to come at Brownsville, telling Brownsville, "Shut the fuck up, nigga," no man has been responsible for what Venus and that other woman was doing. And then like clockwork, that person got brought down instead of Brownsville being checked for that simping shit he be doing, for that pandering shit he be doing. So anytime you call them out on that pandering or Sharon doing trying to exploit people, you can't really say anything because you got three groups of people getting up in the way of that. So
is that the same? But see, his regular daily content and how he runs his streams, I would think would be different than a smoke show content. Did you guys ever ask him, like, if he's doing a smoke show, is this a no buy down smoke show? Because that's the only way that can ever really work. Just something to think about for the future.
We don't, a lot of men don't view him as an honest honest broker.
Why?
Because it's about exportation, and he doesn't. Because everybody see what he done to me and done to Otis. What he did to me and Otis and a couple other men, he that's why other men don't want to come at him on his platform. They wait until he shows up on somebody else's to do it because he doesn't have the power to do anything on somebody else's platform.
So okay, then why would you think it would be any different on anybody else's platform though? If he's in, so for instance, and here's the thing, I know some people wanted me to like really because of the content that I was doing at the time, and because people were saying that Sharon is the biggest contributor to the rage bait, they felt like I should have in that moment like been drilling or checking Sharon for that. That was not the purpose of the stream. The purpose of the stream was awareness and a call out to pay attention to these things, right? Like I wasn't about to turn my stream into a smoke show for Sharon just because he showed up. Lots of people have come through my doors, believe it or not, small but mighty channel, right? We We done had Chaotic Truth come through. He's controversial. We done had JP come through. He's controversial. That same night, Imperious came through. He's controversial. Sharon, with everything that he came through with, he was positive. He was contributing. He brought an audience through. And I allowed people to, say what they had to say to him, right? But don't get disrespectful, because I would not let anybody get disrespectful with you. I'm not going to let anybody else come up there and just start talking crazy to you. Now, did the men try it? Yes, they did. And I would have to get them back in line as quickly as I possibly could.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm trying to say is, like, when you bring your beef to other people's platform, now you got me in the middle of that, right? Y'all putting me in the middle of it. And I don't,
Right.
like I said, I might know what's going on with some of y'all's beef, but I'm good on it. Call me a vegetarian. I don't want to taste it at all.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, I want you to keep that in mind next time you going around, and especially when it's a woman's space. Y'all men coming up there to fight other men in women's spaces is always going to be wild to me.
But I actually left though. When y'all
I
told
don't,
me to stay, I went ahead and left. I didn't, when y'all told me to stay, and I stayed there for like 5 minutes, but I left. I'm not gonna listen to. I don't got time to listen to Sharon. Just the hypocrisy that's coming out of his mouth. I just went ahead and left. I ain't got time for that.
but
You know.
again, why won't? So here's the thing: y'all want to have your time to call him out, right? You don't want to go to his channel. He's not going to come to your channel. So when are y'all ever going to get the opportunity to hash it out, or to say your piece? Like, when is that going to really happen? Or are y'all just having temper tantrums into the air? Like, what's happening?
Are you gearing it just at me? Because I
No, 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 I'm not. When I say y'all for a reason. It's not just you. The only one I have
get
access to talk to in this
right.
moment. But it was not just you. It was all of the men who came up there. I think Gay Bay came up there with some
Hmm.
Sharon Smoke. I can't remember. It was so many people coming through at that time, and I'm trying to keep hold of everybody. But yeah, not just you. It's all when he said he dropped the link. When I heard you, now mind you, I don't know, because I hadn't watched him. I had just woken up, started getting ready for work, and then I heard your stream, and I hear you say that Sharon basically had a smoke show and called out all of his haters. He wanted all of his people to come through who had something to say to him. And do you realize how crazy it might look on his end that none of y'all showed? Like, y'all really don't have no smoke then. And I get what you're saying. Y'all don't want to come through because you don't want to be exploited. So then what are y'all doing though? Like, that's my question. If you're not going to actually address the man when you have an opportunity to address him, what are you doing? How can you really be at war?
Well, you might have a point, but I just think that you know you call him out where outside though you do more. Uh, you know, he actually responds if you tell him outside of his channel more than you tell him inside of his channel.
I don't know. I can't really say, because again, I don't know the full extent of how much y'all have tried to have conversations with him. But it sounds to me like if he wants to host a smoke show, maybe people should reach out to him during that smoke show and try and understand the parameters of hitting that link. Am I going to be dropped, or am I going to have the opportunity to say what I got to say without
Hmm.
being interrupted? Like, because that does make a difference, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of like, see, I view Sharon like I believe he's like another Obsidian. Obsidian does the same thing. When Obsidian appears, he said, "I got smoke," woo woo, and you go up to Obsidian. Obsidian in 2 minutes, Obsidian would get rid of you. Soon as you come up there to confront him and confront. I'm talking about this the whole time when he was with Pearl, right? When you confront him and Pearl, you can't say nothing. But
Well,
they keep
so
on. It's the same pattern of behavior. See, I see Obsidian in Sharon. You know,
but let me ask you this then. Have you actually seen Sharon call for a smoke show and do that? Because if you didn't actually see him do that to have experience with the behavior, then at this point you're just projecting.
Yeah, Man of Tomorrow, who also got a problem with Sharon. Neutral panels work when there is no buyout, pay, when there's no buy off. But anyone isn't honest enough to have that discussion. Right. And I agree with Man of Tomorrow on that because, you know, you wouldn't have Sexy Red and Bomb and I Am and all of them idiots, you know, jumping involved in that chat room, you know, and putting out bounties out. You know, when anytime somebody get up in Sharon's ass or get up in Brownsville's ass, they always get saved. That's why people get, you know, and everybody said, why you keep showing up? I hadn't been over there since March of last year. That was the first time you ever saw me back over there. The last time you saw me on Sharon's channel was March 14th, 2025. And y'all can look it up.
I don't know.
So
I mean, like I said, I if it were me, here's what I would do if it were me. If it were me and I wanted to hash something out with somebody, especially in an environment where they do the bounties, I would probably reach out to that person and try and negotiate where we don't have any bounties, where there's nobody else on the panel but me and them, and maybe we do it debate style. I don't know, but I would at least try to get them to have some terms some terms or some rules and go from there. If they don't, then they don't. But at least you put it out there so y'all can try and have as much of a unbiased and fair back and forth. The chat's gonna do what the chat does. The chat, they'll probably talk all kinds of crap and do their little donations of super chats and whatever. But as long as you can be heard and not bought down, and it will be a good faith conversation, then I think that it would be worth it. But that's something Sharon would have to agree to, and that was something you would have to agree to as well. But in the midst of that, you'd have to also remember to keep calm, Big J, because I think that's when you get bought down the most, is when you start hooting and hollering like the Hulk.
Yeah.
I don't know. But we're good. You and I are good. I'm glad we had the opportunity to hash it out. I said I was gonna come back and try this again, this conversation, but I also, like I said, I wanted to point out the optics of Mo jumping her behind in and not letting go. I was like, if he don't put a muzzle on his damn chihuahua.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck you're doing? And then, and then when I rewatched it before I did his live stream, I was pissed off.
Yeah.
I was getting pissed because I rewinded, right? And yeah, I was pissed at this point, you know, because that was no. I'm sitting there like, can you just be quiet? Like, I was trying to tell her to be quiet, let Candy speak, and she just kept on. He blocked me, and his wife is blocked me. Blah blah. You know, like who gives a fuck about Sharon's wife and whether both of them block you? We're not talking
and
about
calling me a liar, trying to correct me on something she didn't even know what she was talking about. That's why it sent me through the roof. Like what?
Right. Yeah. So, it's my fault on that. Yeah, it's my fault. I know how it looked because even after you left, Queen told me how it looked and it how it looked and everything else.
It did look that way. I'm not gonna hold you. I left mad. You know, that wasn't. I hear the narrative. I hear you saying you don't like the fact that people are spreading that around and that you don't agree with it. But I'm like, damn, Big J, you gave them a real time in living color show demonstration of how that goes down.
And I'm over here trying to tell her to shut the fuck up. No, I ain't tell her to shut the fuck up. Queen told, I think either you or Queen told her to shut the fuck up. I was telling her, hey,
I probably said it before I dropped.
I know, yeah.
I probably said it.
Right. I was telling her to chill out and shit, and she just kept going. You know, I'm like, yeah. And I just said, I dropped her ass because it wasn't even, because I really was wanting to hear you because you mentioned get me Gabe, and other men who got a problem with Sharon in Brownsville.
Yeah, because I
And
mean, if again, like that was my whole point of me just trying to get that little bit off, and then it turned into a whole thing that it didn't need to be. So, like I said, I don't have no smoke. I appreciate you and Queen letting me know what happened. If you could unlock it, I would like to go back and hear the rest of it myself because I couldn't do it this morning. Once I was hot, that was it.
oh, and since somebody who's blocked in the chat room, somebody send Shatera the link. Since she got so much to say, want to do bounties. Since she got so much to say, Shatera, why don't you go ahead and hit the link? Because I'm getting tired of you and them chat mafia niggas fucking with me. No, you keep putting bounties on me.
Brownsville is here. You got some smoke? He said he got 10 minutes.
I don't see him in the chat room, but if he wants to come up here, he can do it too.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and jump down and let y'all handle y'all smoke. But good talk.
All right, then. I appreciate it, Ken. I'm glad though we got this over with before the sun go down. I'm glad we got
Well,
that over with.
I'm glad you went live. I was gonna find you. You was gonna go live again. I was gonna catch you, but I'm glad you went live again today, and I'm much calmer now. So, but I'll talk to you later.
All right, then. You have a good one.
Bye bye. You too.
Now, what's your problem?
Peace and love. So first of all, somebody told me that you had smoke for me. You was mentioning my name. You said you had some things to say, so I'm gonna give you an opportunity to get what you got to get off your chest.
Well, okay. Well. There's a whole lot of things, and I have a little bit of time. Let me say this: why was everybody? Well, how come all the men was to blame for those two women going at it today? Because that's why I went on the panel and I laughed at y'all. Do you know why I laughed when I got on the panel? When those women were scrapping and dragging each other? Because that shit was funny to me. The hypocrisy was on an all-time high. So you want to check men for what these two women were doing? What's the name? It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter who they are. These two women were going at it for 15 minutes or so, cussing each other out, and you want to blame the men. You said it was a men's issue. You said it was and yet you the same nigga that tell everybody else men should need to stay out of women's business.
Would you like me to respond, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Let's start there. Let's start there,
right? So number one, I did not blame the men for the woman getting into it, right? See, I believe you got a comprehension or understanding problem. When the woman was getting into it, I tried to give them time to work through it. Once I seen they were unable to work through it, I told them, hey, y'all need to have some decorum. Y'all need to, show everybody who's listening that y'all understand conflict resolution. And then when they did not comply, what did I do? I told my cousin, cut it. That's it. That's all. Right. But the show was about predatory behavior against women and children, which is why we were talking about Corey Holcomb. Right. So I did not want the men who are on the spectrum of predatory behavior to deflect and distract from the point of the show because those two ladies had an issue with each other and they were unable to resolve their issue.
Yeah, but there was something that you said afterward though Brownsville that really egged everybody on up in that all some of the men that was in that chat room, because shouldn't the blame be on your cousin for allowing that to continue more than what he could have cut that off a long time ago.
Well,
when those two women, when Venus and Jalen was going at it. Go ahead.
we wanted to give them some time to work through their issue. You see, I believe in conflict resolution, Big J. If you got a problem with somebody, you should confront them and have a conversation about it, right? And see if you can work through it. And if you're unable to work through it, then it has to be cut off at a time, which is exactly what we did. We gave them room to work through their issue. It was determined that they was not going to work through their issue in a resolute fashion. So I told my cousin to cut it, and that's exactly what he did. And we went on to continue to conduct the show, which was about the predatory behavior of Corey Holcomb, who has the Epstein gene, and men like him.
Okay. Well, let's move on because I'm not going to stay on that topic, even though I would want to, because I got to go work tonight. But let me go to the next point, right? About the tyranny issue, right? The main reason why me and Bomb got into a beef. So, are you aware that your cousin used to be on the Fight Club, right? And on the Lapeef and Anton, right?
Yes.
So are you aware that Anton trashed Tyranny and her children?
Yes.
Am I okay? But it doesn't make any sense that now, since the incident between Corey Holcomb and Anton, to bring up, to make Tyranny as a martyr now, when Sharon should have called that out a long time ago. It doesn't make any sense. He should have called that a long time ago. Why wait until this instance to say something about it? And that's why I came on that panel. But before Bomb decided to drop her heavy ass in the way, because it didn't even look right for your cousin to say that, because it seems like that's just virtual signaling. Do you understand? I guess Brownsville's on mute. I don't know. Brownsville, you're on mute. I guess he's busy. Well, TD said, is Corey Holcomb is like Epstein? Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Okay, okay, hold on. Put him back up. I guess he went in a tunnel or bridge or something. Oops. Go. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, you must be on cell phone. What's going on, Queen?
Can you hear me? Am I coming through clear?
Yeah, I hear you now. Go ahead.
I ain't going back in the chat.
All right.
Yeah, so when it comes to the tyranny issue, right? Just like this Corey Holcomb issue, I was unaware of what Anton said and did to her, right? Just like I was unaware of what Corey Holcomb did when he was talking about, these children, the way he was talking about them, right? So when I am made aware, that's when it gets addressed.
Did anybody heard the last word he said? I think you got cut off again. Yeah, you might be right though. Yeah, you might. He's on his cell phone, I guess, or might have a call. Yeah, he said address. Okay. So.
Hey, am I back, Big J? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, my daughter called, so had to answer for the princess. But here's the thing, right? I can't speak for my cousin, right? I can only speak for me. So when I was made aware of what, you know, the brother did to Tyranny, I spoke out against it, right? Just like I spoke out against the Corey Holcomb situation. So there's no situation that I'm not willing to speak out against, especially when it comes to disrespecting women and children, right?
Right.
Now, this is the reason why I got an issue with you, Big J.
And that is?
I have an issue with you because you, for some strange reason, you lack self-control, even though you have labeled yourself as somebody who's against the manosphere, somebody who's against the red pill, somebody who's against the Rim brothers, right? But when I hear you have conversations with ladies who you disagree with, you communicate with them the same way you would communicate with the Rim brothers, right? To me, that's double-mindedness, right? And the reason why it's substantiated to me is because when you come to my cousin's show, sometimes you come in this alter ego, rolling anger, right? What is that about? You're Big J Triple X. Now you want to become rolling anger, so you got two different
Rolling anger has
personalities.
no. It's not. It's not different personalities.
So what is it? I need to understand because
It's based upon a blog. Now I'm not going to tell you that. It's based upon something that is a never mind. That it predates you and predates YouTube. So I would don't. I don't know why you hinge on names and you just carry on. So wait a minute. So what you just said is mighty disingenuous because you saw Candy Cane and I was having problems, right?
no, I didn't. I caught the tail
See,
end of y'all conversation when somebody told me, "Hey, Big J got an issue with you." He's saying your name. That's when I tuned in. So I tuned in to the tail end of y'all conversation, and I'm not aware of any problems that y'all have.
right. So you didn't hear me cussing out Candy Cane out, even though Candy Cane was angry at me. But the thing is, right, just like what the point is, right, if you ever check your cousin for the hypocrisy, that's the point I was talking about on the tyranny issue, because if you're against the Rim Bro, right, you said you're against the manosphere, then by that logic, why shouldn't you be upset with your cousin when he breaks bread with Angry Man?
So
And
I
give
don't
money
know
to
about.
Angry Man?
So what do you mean by break bread with Angry Man? What do you mean by that?
Donating to Angry Man, being on Angry Man's panels? Shouldn't you be mad about that? Because that's supporting the quote unquote how y'all call it remedial what's it called? Remedial logic? What are the term?
It's remedial rhetoric. So let me
Yeah,
ask you this, Big J.
go ahead.
When my cousin is on Angry Man's panel, is he confronting him in a disagreement, or is he aligning himself with him and they're agreeing on his topics?
Well, well, the way I see it is, if you're not having an adversarial tone towards the opponent. Now, if the opponent was on his channel, he'll have an adversarial. He always do the little sneak dissing statements. Yet when he's on that channel or any other red pill channel, there's hardly adversarial tones, to put it at best.
So, all right. So
And
you didn't answer the question.
I
Big
did
J,
answer your
Triple
question.
X.
He didn't show
my
that.
specific question was, when he's on Angry Man's show, to your knowledge, right? Because you said you seen him there. So when you seen him there, was he agreeing with Angry Man or disagreeing with Angry Man?
No, you're disagreeing. But the point is, where is the adversarial tone against the quote unquote enemy?
Well, me and you are not having an adversarial tone right now, and we are
Mm,
in disagreement.
yeah, but you lied and said I don't have no self control. Now I'm angry. You ain't knowing it though. You see, I can keep my anger in check. You act like though I'm not.
Well, it's about consistency, Big J Triple X. So just because you're able to maintain self-control when you're talking to Candy Cane today, and you're able to maintain self-control when you're talking to me today, the
Hmm.
problem with you is you're inconsistent in maintaining self-control, because
No,
then you'll
you know
get on
why? You know
somebody
why?
else's
I'll tell you
panel
what.
and you'll
I'll tell
start
you why.
yelling and screaming.
I'll tell you why. Because it's me and you. There is no 8 other niggas on the panel. It's just between me and you. No, nobody to interrupt. Bomb Cherry don't have to sit there and wipe you and your cousin's chin. Uh, uh, PhD ain't coming in here with some audio, you know, uh, interference. No, it's just between two combatants. So I don't have to
But what I'm
raise my voice.
but that doesn't
I'm,
make
I'm
sense,
by
Big J.
myself with you.
That doesn't make sense, because
No, it do make sense.
I'm on a panel, right, with multiple people, and I am able to maintain my self-control regardless of the situation, right? So it's not something that is situational, right? That's inconsistent when you have situational self-control, right? That's the problem. Self-control is something that you aspire to show on a daily basis, right? Regardless of whatever situation you might find yourself in. If it's a heated disagreement or not, you should maintain a level of self-control so that you can communicate effectively and get your points out there, right? Because if you learn to do that, then maybe you won't be getting bountied and kicked off of these panels, because they'll
Wait a minute. Wait a
understand.
minute.
Wow, Bronzino, come on, bro.
That's disingenuous right there. Hold on. Hold on, man. Tomorrow, I'm gonna let you speak, man. Tomorrow,
Yeah.
what you just said is disingenuous, right? Because you got somebody who was in this chat room earlier who tried to put bounties on me when I'm not even there. You got an old nigga, old 50-year-old ass nigga who hangs around with Shatera, putting bounties on the books way before I got there. And they've been waiting for me to get on there. They be on there. They be putting bounties on your cousin's books weeks before I even got on the panel. So, and I know that. So you can't sit there and say, and that's where the frustration is at on my end, because y'all, the idea was to get me off anyway, with me speaking softly or calmly or loudly. It doesn't matter.
So let's move it off of my cousin's show. You see, the problem is, Big J, I've seen you on Bomb Cherry's show, who don't ordinarily have these bounties. She has spirit of moment bounties, but you still behave in that same irrational
because
way.
because 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 she created a lie, and she will face the consequences of that lie. And this is one thing I'm going to say. Why do men chop down trees? That's a clue for her. But back to you though, right? Now she formed a narrative and made all those people in her camp feel like I'm on some coon ass. I pedestalize white women over black women shit. I don't like that shit. That's you sullying my character. So fuck Bomb on that.
But that still doesn't explain your lack of self-control.
I don't care. I'm going to explain. I'm going to go at her the way she needs to be go at, because she
Right.
takes time. Because somebody like her takes kindness as a weakness. While and she can sit there and try to tell me she and I am, and them peacocking Negroes over there, them peacocking men, like to interrupt me when I'm talking to somebody. They always want to do on some simp ass blue pill bullshit, while she can sit there and create from a false narrative, and everybody in that chat room believe every goddamn thing she says. And that really did piss me off that she created that lie about the whites, that I went on the white supremacist channel to trash black women, which that's false, because she doesn't even know whose channel I went on. And Psychopath Atheist and I was over there, but we never talked about black women. See, she lied. She don't know what the fuck she talking about.
Well,
see, it's always that.
Here's the problem, though,
crap.
Big J. The problem is you're able to articulate yourself when you're calm. You're able to express yourself better when you're in control, right? But when you go over the edge and you let yourself get to the point to where you're angry and now you're screaming and yelling, that is where you lose all credibility, right? Because now everybody's going to put you in that box of an irrational person who lacks self-control. You have to do a better job of communicating in a consistent way, and I guarantee you, if you would put that into practice, you will have more success articulating your argument. But peace and love, my brother. I got an appointment to go to, so like I said, I only had 10 minutes, right? I told you that ahead of time. But we'll do this again. Anytime you got questions for me, you want to have a conversation with me, I don't mind. I
got questions for you. I got questions for you. And you got problems with Big J. I got problems with you, Bronzeville. So you'll find out soon. You got things to do, right? So I suggest you come back another time, because I have a problem with you. Look at it full circle. Okay. Next time you get that opportunity, make sure you enter here. That's right. That's right. If you have the time, if you don't, then I suggest you make time, because you have problems with Big J Triple X. I've been waiting a long time, sir.
Okay, well,
and this is no peace and love. This is no peace and love.
That's fine. That's fine, my brother. Listen, I don't run from smoke. I got an appointment to go to, but I tell you what. If you're here in the next 40 minutes, I could be back, right? And we can have a conversation.
And I am here. I will be here, and I'm not your brother. This is no peace and love. Okay, so I'll be here in the next 40 minutes to address some issues.
Listen, even if you're angry with me and you got a problem with me, I'm still gonna respect.
I'm not angry with you, but I will show you the respect. So make sure you come back in the next 40 minutes. Okay.
Okay, no problem. Peace and love.
Well, I didn't plan on this to be a very long live stream, so. How about we do this tomorrow or so, tomorrow afternoon, I guess, because this is just I didn't plan for all this to pop out. So gentlemen,
no, Big J, plan for it. If I have the time for it, plan for it, because I can do this over here, or I can do this to Sharon. This is long in the making, because I'm tired of the disingenuous, the all of it. You know what I mean? It's fake. We've been through things in the past, Big J. And shout out to you. Greetings to you, MOT. But enough is enough. I've heard so much of the whole Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, and it's disingenuous within itself. The things that I hear, it's been a long time. I haven't been on panels for at least, 2 years? And then every time I listen, I jump on panels. It's this issue, it's that issue, it's this issue, and that issue. It's like we're literally in a church, in the pulpit with the preachers and the elders, taking in money, constantly taking in money, and that's all it's about. No solutions. But yet we have individuals that are saying, oh, that's that person, and I'm this person. Yet they're always looking for the cheerleaders to take their side. We're not stupid. Bronzeville, he's gone. He's not stupid. He might play that game, but he's not stupid, man. He knows what's going on. And he needs his family members to take his side and vice versa. I've seen how things have gone and transpired over at the Sharon show. And then now over here. Yeah, it's long in the making. I've been waiting for this. I've been holding it in for a long time. And no, I'm not angry at him, but things have to be said. And I want to see more of that. And then ones that go over there in that territory, which I have no problem with, they shouldn't get shut down. They should be allowed to speak and have a voice. That makes no sense. And the minute you start speaking on facts, or you get cut off, or you get overtalked, and then you have all the the bodyguards coming in, stepping in. Not today. Not when I come through. I wish some would. I wish they would, because you know how I get down. And like I said, it's been a very long time. Not today. In the next 40 minutes, please, if you got things to do, I respect that. If you don't, please keep your stream up in the next 40 minutes, because I'm about to give you a show. Not to take down your channel, not to disrespect your channel. But once again, as a reminder, Big J, you know how I get down. And when I step in, fall back. And I don't mean it like that. Fall back. I want Bronzeville to step in. I'm not looking for Sharon. I want Bronzeville. I listened to that show yesterday with the Super Bowl and this Kendrick Lamar back and forth, you know. It was crazy, but yet you're supposed to be a part of the SBG family solutions. We're supposed to be taking on. I listened to it and I looked at the self-hate. I listened to the self-hate and shout out to Queen Sunkiss. I listened to the self-hate. The man is not brilliant. We know what Bad Bunny stands for. Didn't do his homework. Mr. Bronzeville didn't do his homework, but just speaking, or we should be more like he's brilliant, more like Bad Bunny. And maybe I'm misspeaking out of terms, but I thought I heard what I heard. Kendrick Lamar has a family. He's married, but we got to be more like Bad Bunny. What next? We got to be wearing a dress next Super Bowl. And it's always like we have to prove ourselves. Why? We've already proven ourselves. Yeah, great production. So what's next? Black people steady, our people steady proving them ourselves. We got to be picking cotton. We got to have the whips and everything at the next Super Bowl. But yet Bronzeville, oh, Bad Bunny, he was brilliant, genius. No, he's not. We're always putting ours down. I'm sick of that. But yet he's sitting on the panel and nobody's calling it out. We got individuals that step in and spoke on that and said, no, he's not the almighty. Yeah, his culture. So what? We have our culture too. You got Anton over there talking trash. Our culture is trash. The hell it is. Yet everyone wants to be like us and mimic us. And the one thing Bronzeville forgot, his what show was in all, it was production was good, okay? But we forget that, what is it? Sinners? What's his name? Ryan Coogler?
Yeah.
He just did that in his movie Sinners when he broke down the different, cultures, dancing, and where it came from. But Bronzeville forgets about that. Once again, he needs to do his homework and his research, but he pops himself up there on the panel with the whole little entrance. I like that. That's smooth. With the little cape and the magician hat and all of that cat in the hat thing. Yeah, it's insane. But when he steps on, it's like he's saying something profound. And finally, you have individuals that are stepping in, fighting back. Not figuratively, not literally, figuratively, is what I'm trying to say. They're stepping in and say, Bronzeville, that's not right. That's not true. And I appreciate it. Shadow the Titan, he's one. Ether Man, that's another. I'm dropping names that are stepping in saying, I don't know where you come in with this Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson talk, wherever you got that from. But you get no money out of my pocket because it's fake. It's disingenuous. And he's the main one that comes up there and then he tries to gaslight you. And I wish more would step in and say, Bronzeville, you're wrong. And he gives this long speech. He takes over and no one steps in and says, hey, give others a chance. It's my turn. Everyone gets silent and quiet like he's saying something special, like he's the Black Jesus. I say not. He's not the Black Jesus of YouTube. And people are finally starting to say, in the beginning, you recall that, Big J. He would come in and they're tag teaming. Sharon and Big J, they coming in. I've even noticed it. I got to give it to Sharon. His old cousin, peeping live. Like I said before to him, there ain't going to be no peace and love. I'm so sick of that. Stop with the fakeness. It's not fake anger. It's not misquoted. I'm listening to this man thinking, yeah, he's saying something. There's some very rare times that I'm like, you know what? I can agree with it. But the more I listen to it, he goes in another direction and he thinks many are going to fall for it. Just like today when he spoke about the Corey Holcomb. Do you think the majority of men are like that? The majority of men are not like that. They have a stat that there are black men that are married more than black women. And I might be wrong with that, but it's like I don't know what agenda he's pushing. Because always there's always that one that has one. I think, and he's not here, and I'll wait for it until he comes back until I can meet him face to face and approach him with even more. That's out of line because the majority of men aren't on that PD or that Corey Holcomb or Anton. And when it comes down to it, it's all about the money. That's all it's about. I'm sick of it, man. Something years of YouTube, and each one, if you notice, you cut one head off, another one comes in place. These individuals, these cats are no different. It's always about the dollar. I get it, and they fall right in line. I don't care if you left, right. Oh, and just for the record, I'm an independent. I'm not conservative or a Democrat, liberal, Republican. I'm none of that. I do my own thing. I'm independent, but I'll land, Big J. But just let you know if you got that time, please set that up. I
Well,
want you to set that up. I'm not here for Sharon. I'm here for Bronzeville.
I'm waiting for Queen Sunkiss so she could, if she's able to carry on this channel, carry on this live stream, because I wasn't planning for this to happen. I didn't plan for this to happen. And y'all said he'd be back in 40 minutes. So, let me ask Queen. Okay, Queen, do you want to take over? Because I
Yeah,
gotta go to work. I wasn't expecting this to happen.
I'll keep it open.
Okay, and if he doesn't show up in 45, 60 minutes, just go ahead and close it down for him, because this is playing on my YouTube, on my main YouTube channel, and on my Twitch. So when you close it, just go and close it. So it'll
Okay.
close by itself. All right.
All right.
All
I
right then.
got it.
So, oh, you got it now? Okay. Let me try to exit out of here then.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
Well, I just want to say something real quick before
Okay.
I jump off of here. While you up here, Big J.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a reason why he had to go, right? But at the end of the day, you cannot sit there and be blatantly disrespected, and you're supposed to keep your cool. That is beyond decorum. Like Candy Kane said, like a lot of these people came here to make profit off a culture that they don't respect. Period. And I've been around Full Circle. Full Circle was here before I got here, so I know exactly what he's going to say. But at the end of the day, a lot of these people have, once you start following dudes with bag chaser hats on and all that kind of stuff, I can't take you seriously. Like that's why there's no real reason for me to be trying to follow these people places. I just want to get people on the record with have they participated in the process, and if so, how, and how you gonna participate again after that. But like once you start saying, I follow X person, I'm here for the bag, there's really nothing else to say behind that. 'Cause there is nothing else to say because at the end of the day, a lot of people cannot afford to be principled. And that's what YouTube has turned into a place for unprincipled people to kind of get their stuff off and then get all this protection from other people while they sit there and do bounties and all this kind of other stuff. But that's why I kind of just held the conversation very high so that way I don't have to kowtow to these people nor have them around because I know these people are not solution oriented, regardless of what they call themselves. But as long as there's a profit margin or motive, and as long as you are on some troll stuff, you can't ask for people to just sit there and take certain type of things. I'm sorry, but that just it's just beyond decorum for that, and the person just can't ask for somebody to sit there and put up with that level of abuse, and that's what it is, abuse. Everybody don't like being abused. Most people just want to come up here, have simple conversations, and move on, move the conversation forward. But there's so much profit in pretending like you care about things when you know damn well you don't, and you know what your talking points are, but nobody can bring up your past anywhere about how you act, and then all of a sudden it's on you to have the self-control to allow this person to play off in your face, and I think that's crazy. That's what I wanted to say. But they're gonna go back to what they were on and keep doing the same thing over and over again. So That's just all I had to say on that issue.
And you know, and I agree with you. How you supposed to be, you know, in my, you know, how should a person react if I stop you in the face? You wouldn't be standing there, right? If I slap you in the face, man, tomorrow, you would knock my head off.
Yeah, and
Right.
and like
And
a lot of people
rightfully
take it
so.
as, and a lot of people take it as, well, I'm an entertainer and I'm trying to build an audience, so you got to let me be disingenuous at your expense. Nah, dude, where they do that at? And this is
Exactly,
a special
MOT.
thing that's just for him. Like, nah, man, nobody doing that.
It's like the disingenuous argument that Brownsville keep not Brownsville that Sharon keeps saying. Well, all of y'all agree with me about the manosphere, and he keeps acting like, well, it's about somebody else. You know,
While
no,
But
doing
Big J,
manosphere type,
right?
Big J, MOT, check this out. We've been around, and
while
thank you for
teaming up
that,
with people who's
MOT.
part of the manosphere, but he
Right.
ain't
We've been
manosphere.
around.
Okay,
Right. We've
well,
been around a
that's where
long
we at then.
time. Yeah, that's exactly where we're at. We've been around a long time. So we see through it. We have the ones that are coming up with channels brand new, maybe semi brand new, and think that we don't know it. We've been around. Some of us in the clouds, some of us on panels, and some are just like, retired, saying the hell with all of it. Let it burn. Remember that back in the days? Let it
Hmm.
Yeah,
burn it all to the ground. I believe that comes from you, MOT. Shout out to you.
yeah.
Let it burn. This is a prime example of it. Let it burn. But some things you just can't let go. And when I hear some of the things that are on the Sharon Bracey show, SBG, of course, I take not a step back, but a step forward, and I say, no, this can't continue to be allowed. Each time, if it ain't Sharon Bracey, it's going to be another one. And it's all about the almighty dollar every
Yep,
time.
profit driven.
And we
Profit
see
driven.
it. That's all it is. And it's gotten profit driven, of course. It's gotten worse and worse and worse. Then we got Cuzzo here acting like as if like he don't know. Hey, he's his own person. I'm my own person. You're in it too. You playing us for a fool? You ain't no different, sir. And that's why I mentioned the whole Al Sharpton preacher mentality, Jesse Jackson talking, coming in with that good book, Book of Eli talk. You think you slick. You ain't slick. You ain't slick. You get what I'm saying? You think he comes in thinking, and I'm thinking, oh, we got preacher man up in here, Mr. Five Heartbeats himself. You playing us for a sucker. We ain't no suckers. We've been around here. I've just been on the back end saying, just give me some time. Give me some time. I just so happened to see, like, oh my God. I remember I was in the chat when Sharon was on. I was in the chat. Sharon, it came up. And I said, nah, nope, 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 nope. But Bronzeville, oh good. I just rubbed my hands together. Yes, sir. You're the one. You're the one, sir, because you're right there on the show. Every chance, every chance. Dun, 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 dun. Here he comes. And I'm listening and I'm listening. I'm like, yeah, you are no different, but we two different people. Seriously? Nah, y'all the same. Y'all the same. And you look for your brother to cheer for you and vice versa. It's been like lately, not so much, but you coming over here thinking you're gonna pull that. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Right, right, right. No, correction. Wrong, 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 wrong. It ain't no right, right, right. Yeah, I'm waiting. This manosphere thing is for the birds. And some of the ones over there ain't no different. They play that like they're not, but they are. They are. And then they got to
It,
I'm
have
not
the women coming
manosphere,
in. Yeah, yeah, I
but I
know
do
you're not.
manosphere
No, no.
content.
Yeah, 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 I know. Yeah, right, 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 right. The women, they bring in the women. It's no different from the churches. It's been done over and over and over again, generation after generation. Ain't no
and you know,
saving nothing. As Queen Sunken said, it ain't no solutions to nothing. Ain't looking for no solutions at
and you know,
all.
and you know about the women, right? That's on that chat room, and the ones who get on that panel. I look at them all the time, and I'm like, y'all, I wonder if Brownsville even know about them women in that chat room he keeps on defending, because if he goes follow one of these two, three of them, some of them will be on that other channel where that white man talks about black men, that Roadrunners channel. Some of those women up in that chat room be on Roadrunner's channel. Oh, black men ain't shit, and they be all up in that chat room. We love you, Roadrunner. Some of those women would be on Clubhouse. Oh, black men need to die. But then every time though, when Sharon of Brownsville or those or them old niggas whose name I ain't gonna mention, when they go live, the women all up in that chat room. Oh, we love you, we love you. That's why I said, nigga, you don't even know who you defending, because they got malice against you too, and against them as well, and they can't even see that shit. So I've been here long enough to know the woman who called, who's a nurse in Dallas, who said he makes videos saying she want black men to die. She's still on YouTube, by the way. We got the archives. She's still around on YouTube. Then you got that woman named Republic. What her name? Still sitting there talking shit about black men, yet though she on Sharon's ass. But hold on. You said you hate black men. Why you up in Sharon's channel? And why you keep saying black men don't want to date and marry, yet though you with this 70-year-old white man since 2010, and yet he's still not putting a ring on it.
Oh damn.
I'm telling the truth. This is the truth I'm telling you.
Going out sad, bro.
Homegirl has a white man. Homegirl she got a white man who's 70 years old. She been with this white man for almost 15 years while she's on YouTube talking about black men ain't shit. Okay, black men don't get married. How come that white man ain't putting a ring on the finger?
Damn, he about to die and he won't marry her. That's crazy.
That man did he want to put a finger on her hand and make it official? Yeah, she got nervous. And she be up in Sharon's channel. Yet though men is supposed to check men and women is supposed to check women, but yet these women ain't checking her. And if you say something to her, she gonna play victim. That's that bullshit I'm talking about. But there are many more of them women who's in that chat room that should have been dragged and cussed the fuck out. You don't sit there talk all the shit about black men, and then you go on a white man's channel and talk shit. Like on Roadrunner's channel. And some of you niggas are so stupid you don't know who support your black ass. And that's why they want to put bounties on my black ass to shut my ass up. Because I know I've been on here too long to know who these characters are. But anyway, Queen, you got this, right?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, because I'm going to work. I got bills to pay. Hold on. Cassandra. That's bullshit. Because she said that 4 years ago, Cassandra. Oh, he's going to marry me. That old white man ain't going to marry her. Yo, they're capping.
It's still sad, bro.
That's still sad. If I'm going to marry a woman, it's going to be at least like two years in advance. If I'm engaged.
I be wondering why people be staying in them long ass relationships. Baby, hell no, I wouldn't be there.
Shit like that. Like the last woman who I date off of YouTube. Well, Big J, are you gonna, are we gonna get married the year or 2 years? I told her 2 years. Shit, I gotta fix shit up.
2 years. Ooh.
Yeah, I told her 2 years. I'm gonna fix this house up and build this barn up and shit. Put things on insurance, all that shit. Get this shit ready to move your ass up inside the house. Shit, that's enough time for me. Yeah.
He didn't get branded. He talking about I hope she on the life insurance. Okay.
Shit. Yeah. But
Anna
anyway.
Nicole Smith.
Right. Like she trying to be the black net Anna Nicole Smith. Woman, sit down somewhere and be quiet. You know nothing. And you over here talking. But anyway, Queen, the show is yours. You know,
Come on, BJ. Are we now pretending that the men in these chats don't also talk shit about black women on the other channels and chats? Because they certainly do.
Melanie Vessel. I'm talking about some of those women who's part of the divestors. Those women that's on Sharon's channel. Who's part of the divestors in the BWE. Okay? Those same women, you can follow them and they be on certain channels where they talk shit about black men need to die. Oh, I can't wait till the white man kill all the black men off. I'm waiting for the Chinese man, the Asian man to kill the black man off. All of that. So Melanie Vessel, let's be truthful. Everybody is to blame, Melanie Vessel. It ain't just these sorry ass niggas. The women is just as evil as the men are. Now, however, the men talk too much. That's their problem. The men's problem is that they're more emotional and they talk too damn much. That's the difference between the women and the men in this space. You know. Anyway, let me get off of here. Oh, y'all treat marriage like it's shacking with Elise. Who's Kevin Cook? Oh. Yeah. TD, they're always trying to deflect, trying to say I'm trying to put it all on black women. No, I'm not. You just only heard what you want to hear. So anyway, Queen, this is your show. I'll let you have it. So if he doesn't show up in what, 20 minutes, if he doesn't show up in 20, 30 minutes, just go ahead, do what you want. Do what you want, but I hope that y'all just go ahead and this QR code right here, right? Just go ahead and Cash App, because I'm gonna be away at work, right? So I'm gonna let her to take over the show. And
Big J, I hope he shows up. I'm very patient. Obviously,
Dude, he ain't showing up, man. Come on, bro.
I know he's not showing up. MOT. He's not showing up because it threw him off. He's like, "What the f?" He's not showing up. He's not. I just said that to say it, but he's not. He's looking as if like I'm gonna see how long these no good suckers, as he call it, whatever. I'm not a rim and you're not a rim. He's just waiting. Big J, you're not a rim. He's waiting around. He's not gonna show up. It threw him off. He'll be prepared probably next time, and I'll be just as prepared. Trust and believe. But MOT, he's not gonna come. He's not.
Like if he doesn't show up, go ahead and do whatever in the live stream if you want. But we can reschedule this tomorrow or Thursday. Well, Thursday I'm off, right? I'm off Thursday. So
you know how to find him.
I'll go ahead and tag him.
Oh yeah. Anyway.
I'll go ahead and tag him. Again. So melanated needs to be honest. How come BGS, Anger Man, O'Shea hates my guts if I'm only calling out women out? How come Reg the Bad Guy hates my guts? Why does Tito don't like my ass? Why do you think most of the black manosphere don't like my? Listen, you can go on. If you keep saying the facts are the facts. No, why don't you research and ask those niggas why they hate my ass? Because I told them stop calling women bitches. Stop sitting there, wilding out on women who ain't fucking with you. Stop with the shame, blame, and explain. Stop with the SBE. There is a toothless nigga. There is a toothless nigga. I know Queen said Big J, please ignore him. There's a toothless nigga who's mad at me because I voted for Democrat, for Kamala Harris, and I don't support Trumpism because Trump is putting women in their place, quote unquote. So I don't know where you got the whole I'm only calling out women out. No, I don't. I call everybody out. Everybody can get it. So
Everybody can get it.
yeah, everybody can get it.
Everybody, man. Hey.
I mean, but the problem is, Big J, is people are disingenuous for profit. They don't have the ability to solve any type of problem, where minor or huge. And I cannot believe me and Full Circle is chomping at the bit to knock somebody's head off, the same person's head off. I don't think we've ever been on a panel together.
But MOT, they wear it on their sleeve. I'm the solution. I'm solutions. They've been doing it forever. Solutions. You don't give a jack about solutions. You're not trying to solve anything. You're not even trying to help the community or the culture. You're just here yapping. It's entertainment, strictly entertainment.
It's kind of like, okay, he's back. He's back. Okay, hold on. Let me drop him the link. Yeah, he's back. He's back. Let me drop him the link. So I'm gonna leave here in a minute. So Queen, if I'm gonna leave here soon. So Queen, I'm gonna close my laptop and head off to this job. So yeah, he's back. So yeah.
I just got a couple questions, so that way we can get them on the record, so that way we can get some different type of behavior out of guy moving forward. So that's that.
MOT, you can go first. I have time.
All right. So Brownsville. All right. So why do you think?
One second, man, of tomorrow. 1 second.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Cool. All right.
So I don't have that much time. So I want the brother Full Circle to say he has smoke for me. So I would like him to address me. And then if I have time after that, then we can, have that conversation we need to have. But
all right, fair enough. You said you had time for a full conversation, though, not a
exactly. Now all of a sudden you done switched up, and now you don't have time. Yeah, I caught that too, MOT. Before I got that time, give me 40 minutes. Now all of a sudden, no, not that much time, but you go first, like we in high school. What is this? But anyway, I'll play your game. I don't believe, Bronzeville, you believe half the things that you preach on the Sharon show. I don't think you do. I don't believe that. You can address that. I just landed. See, I'm not going to be long-winded. I'm going to do bits and pieces, piece by piece for you. Do you believe half the things that you say on his show, on your cousin show?
Absolutely, right? But you're entitled to your opinion, and I would love for you to substantiate your argument.
Let me say this before you jumped off. You were speaking on the NFL, the NFL show yesterday, the NFL Super Bowl. Why do you not are black men that bad in your eyes that they have to get a title of the Rembros and just like in yesterday's statement, I mentioned when you dropped off, Kendrick Lamar is married with children, but you sat on Sharon's channel and say, "Oh, Bad Bunny had the wife and the kid, and the kid got the Grammy and was caught up with ICE." I hear less and less as time goes on of you even giving the black culture their props, black men. So my question is, do you really have that disdain and a hate for black men? I'm not speaking of Sharon, so this is you and I, Bronzeville. I'm not bringing in no one else. Address that, please. Do you have a hate for black men? I'm asking you.
Absolutely not. I don't have a hate for black men. I got a son who's a black man, who's going to be a black man soon. He's 16 years old, right? I got plenty of family who are black men. I myself am a black man, right? However, when it comes to how black men should behave, I have a high standard because I believe in order for us to progress as a community, we have to move in a recalibrated way, which is my message to black men, is to recalibrate their value system, remove lust and degeneracy from the top of their value system, and replace it with God. Add some honor, integrity, self-respect, self-discipline, stoicism, conflict resolution, ambition, things like that. That's gonna make you a solid man and a solid leader, right? My call is for Black men to fulfill their purpose, right? Leave the degenerate behavior alone. Leave the unlearned behavior alone. Seek knowledge, wisdom, and understanding and self-reflection, right? Look yourself in the mirror and recognize you got to be better tomorrow than you were today, which is what I do. I don't claim to be perfect, full circle. I make mistakes all the time. But what I do try to do, I try to strive to make sure that I'm improving one step, one day at a time. And I'm not above reproach, which is why I'm here. So you said you had issues with me and my ideology. You said you feel like I'm not a person who believes in what I say
Can you
or
cut
what
it
have
short,
you.
Bronzeville? Please, I'm just asking. I gave you something short. I didn't ask for the long sermon. Apologize for cutting in. You have a tendency of going long, long, long. So when a person has something that they want to give you in response, not jumping ahead, you drown it out. Can you at least cut it down? Because I see what you're doing. Even MOT says he wants to get in, but you're going to do your long sermon. Please don't do that up here. I'm asking you. Don't do that, because I know exactly what you're doing with your imperfection, because that's one of your imperfections, being long-winded. Cut it short, sir. Please.
Okay. You
Okay, well,
want
I
me
got
to
a
cut it
question.
short, right? But this is
Yeah.
my first. So you are aware of me, but I'm unaware of you, right? So I don't know.
Absolutely, but
So
you're aware of me now.
right.
You
So
are aware of me
I'm
now.
unaware. I'm unaware of how much you know or understand about my message, right? So that is why I went there, right? But if you say you already know that that's the way I think, then yeah, I can cut it short. So what else would you
I
like to
know
know,
that
sir?
you're long-winded, is what I'm saying. I said not your message, your ideology. And you know what? That's cap. And I'll give you a reason why it's cap. I'll give you the imperfection, even though with your imperfection, you don't take accountability. I've seen individuals on the Sharon show while you're on it, and while they let you know that you're wrong and they don't agree, you never apologize. You take no accountability with your imperfection. And you're a man, just like individuals here on the panel. We're men, but we know how to say, you know what? I apologize. I'm sorry. I was mistaken. I was wrong. You never do that. You and Sharon, forgive me because I didn't want to bring him in, but you, sir, you take no accountability. I've watched it. You say, I know you very well. I know you very well. Not in person. This is just YouTube. I'm going to tell this to you, and I want you to listen to this. When you come in, I like that little introduction, not the little cartoon thing. You give all the women their kudos, but yet you say, after all of that, you do it each time as you take off your shoes and you enter Sharon's house, his kingdom. But yet with the men, and kings, that's a slap in the face. But yet you're a godly man. I thought it was God, men, the women, the children. When will it ever be a time when you say, and these are regulars on the show, Ether Man, Shadow, the Titan, all these different ones. You can't even put them before the women. That's a problem. You can say what you want, but yet you're a godly man. And your message, the hell with your message. The hell with your ideology, and which is why I say you don't even believe half the things that you say because it's disingenuous. Take some accountability, and when you're wrong in the future, next time, regardless if I'm on Sharon's show or in the clouds, when you're wrong, just say you're sorry. And if you don't know something, sir, with your message, just say you don't know. Don't sit up on a panel acting like you know everything because you don't. Right? No, you're dead wrong. I'll land.
Okay, so I'm glad that you informed me that I was long-winded, and I can concede to that, right? I can be long-winded at times. However, this long soliloquy you just had was very, very long-winded, even though you claim to be somebody who practiced brevity, right? So that's hypocrisy. That's number one. Number two, your claim that I don't apologize or I don't admit that I'm wrong ever is not only false, it is a lie, right? And I can prove it to you, right? So if you want to talk about accountability, you want to talk about credibility, let's do this, right? If let's put a bet on it, right? If you're willing to bet, I don't care how much money you want to bet, I can pull up a show from this year where I've apologized, right? Since I never apologized, I've been speaking on my cousin's show. This is my 3rd year, I believe. I can pull up a show and show you where I took accountability and apologized, right? Matter of fact, I can show you the last time I was on Bomb Cherry's show, right? I apologized to her when she called me out on something, right? So what you're saying about me is a lie for somebody who professes that you are aware of me and you know everything about me. Obviously, you don't know enough to speak the truth, right? And then your final point was how I address the woman versus the men, right? And here's the issue with that. I call men kings, I call women queens, right? I'm more chivalrous to women. I don't know why that's a problem for y'all brothers, right? And here's the reason why, and I'm gonna land real quick. Here's the reason why I'm more chivalrous towards the women. Is because when I started speaking on these platforms, before I was speaking, when I was just listening, right? And I'm with my wife and she's listening. We're trying to support my cousin's show. And we're hearing all of these women getting disrespected, getting called B's, getting called H's, getting called all these different names under the sun just because they disagree with the brothers, right? I took offense to that. The reason why I took offense to that is because I have a black mother. I have a black wife. I have a black daughter, right? And they were specifically targeting black women. So if I want to come online and give women a term of endearment and acknowledge their presence and speak life to them, that shouldn't bother a king such as yourself. Peace and love.
All right.
Let me
So
say this to you. Well, hold on, MOT. If I'm a hypocrite, you're the king of hypocrites. I'm gonna let you go, MOT. If I'm a hypocrite, you're the king of hypocrites. How many times have you apologized? Let's just say you can pull up something. I don't care that when you apologize, you can count on how many hands, maybe one, if that, one time. You don't even remember when you apologize. Yet you say you have, and you say, "Oh, well, I do. I know you enough on the Sharon show." Of how you get down. You didn't address what I mentioned. You say, well, how do you brothers have such a problem? It's the respect, sir. That went way over your head. You didn't even address it and say, hey, you address the other part of being long-winded. We can play the tit for tat. That doesn't mean anything. That's child's play with the back and forth. But the part with the kings and the men, it went over your head. I know you're not going to change it. You're your own person. You don't have to. I was just addressing it, that it's the respect given to the kings of why you can't mention them. Mention them by name before the women. It's not like small-minded. It means something. Because every time I look up, you're going after the men. Do what you will. But that's a problem. Respect within itself. I'll land. Since I'm so long-winded.
Yeah, I just think
You got
that's
it,
weird.
MOT.
Where when men feel that they should be treated like women with chivalry, I just think that's weird. That's number one, because I don't expect any man to be chivalrous towards me, right? The reason why is because I don't need protection. I don't need you to lift me up. I don't need you to provide anything that I can't provide for myself as a man, right? So I'm not going to have an issue with you telling Queen, hey, I think I should acknowledge you today, right? If you came on here full circle and you didn't say nothing to me and you just spoke to Queen and lifted her up, gave her a term of endearment, I would look at you and say, hey, that's solid, right? But y'all brothers, for some strange reason, even though you understand that there's a manosphere, right, which is weird in itself, and y'all know it's a red pill, which is against women, right? And y'all know there's a long history of brothers acting in a reprehensible way towards women and children online. But yet, the problem you have is that I'm trying to lift women up. Reconcile that.
That's a
Peace and
lie,
love.
okay? Okay, peace and love. Speaking, hold on, MOT. That's a lie. I don't have a problem with that. And just for the record, I'm not angry. If I saw you face to face, sir, and just so you know, for the record, you're talking to an older man, a grown man. If I saw you, your wife, and your kids, I would address you face to face, sir. The problem I have with ones like you allow it. If I was to go straight and meet you and your wife and address her, if it was even me, that's a no-no. You address me, sir, eye to eye. Individuals out there, they look, you notice that? They look to the side. They're not men, or as they call real men. I'm going to address you, sir, out of respect. Then I'm going to address your wife, then your children, if I'm allowed, or if it's just you and your wife. I'm not going to go straight to your wife. This whole building up women, you got that wrong, and that's a lie. You don't have to apologize, quote unquote, accountability, but that's a lie. I'm going to shake your hand. I'm going to address you by your name. Then I'm going to move to your wife. So it's not about building up women and, oh, I don't understand why you men or such as yourself full circle have a fun, but I don't. I'm a grown man. I'm old school. It's how I've been raised. I don't know about you and your background, how you've been raised. Hoorah. But you got another thing coming. You got the wrong one, but you actually got the right one today, sir. You got it, MOT. I'll land.
Let me respond to that real quick, MOT.
Okay.
So what you did, my brother, full circle, you moved the goalpost, right? So you're talking about how we interact in person. And you're 100% correct on that. In person, the interaction is different. But guess what? When we're addressing each other online, it's totally different as well. So it's not going to be the same interaction, right? When I'm speaking on a panel, online, I'm speaking to that individual person. I don't know if she has a husband. I don't know anything about her personal life, right? So that's totally different than the way we experience the world and the way we experience people when we're face to face, right? So what you did, that's called moving the goalpost, my brother. So I'm going to move it right back to where it was, which is online interactions, right? So I believe it is my ideology that men should be chivalrous to women online, should be respectful to women online, should give women terms of endearment online, right? And same for the men. But I don't have to address the men individually because those men are supposed to be men, right? And since we're in this manosphere space, in this red pill space, those men are used to being acknowledged by other men. It is the women who are getting beat down. It is the women who are getting put down. It is the women who are downtrodden in this space, getting disrespected day in and day out. But like I said, instead of brothers like you, full circle, who's an old school brother, instead of brothers like you having smoke for those brothers who are disrespecting women daily online, you have smoke for me for lifting them up. Reconcile
First of
that,
all,
my
did you
brother.
just land the plane? Land the plane. Land the plane, Bronzeville. Land the plane. Land the plane. And no, it's not pay. Hold on. I know, right? Look at this. Stop. You're talking about other channels. I'm strictly speaking of Sharon's. You're talking about, oh, this went over your head. You're not stupid. You're not dumb. I'm speaking of the same thing. Don't try that moving the goalpost. You totally took that and went over your head and acting like you stupid, but you're not. You're still doing the same thing. You know what? Forget the speaking of them individually. I'm gonna stick on that from real life to YouTube. You think it's a difference? It's not. I said it and I'll say it again. Address the king. You don't have to do it individually. Real life compared to YouTube. And I'm talking about Sharon's show. Address the kings, the women. There's no children because it's an adult show. And then you come up here and say, oh, it's the women. When it's the women, I don't know if they have a man or a husband. That's not the point. And then you say, oh, yeah, you agree with that part. I haven't moved the goalpost. It's still the same. On the show, on the record, off the record. Sharon, hey, cuzzo, we family. Hey, kings. Hey, queens, and you can name all that you like individually. Address the kings in order. And yes, don't you ever forget it. I'm an old school cat. You think I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon like as if like I haven't had smoke before? Do your research, sir. I've done it in the past. That's in my past, and I've gotten in with the best of them. You just haven't found out. You just don't know. I'll land, MOT. You got it, because this could go all day, and I ain't got nothing but time.
Okay, well, well, Bronzeville, I'm not sure you understand what the conversation is about, but we're talking to you about your behavior other places. We're not addressing the rest of the manosphere whole. And I'm gonna tell you up front, I will never come online to offer women protection. That is their job to put themselves in position by not having kids with Delta Novembers or need to be overprotected from their bad decisions in places where they put themselves. I have sisters, I have nieces. I don't have to go on with this overprotecting people. Look, the women are choosing better. That's why these Delta Novembers are complaining. Problem solved. That's what it is. The dudes who are complaining about women are dudes who should never have access to women. Yes, that problem has been solved. But at the end of the day, you have to understand that you can't think that people are supposed to accept disrespect and treat you as if you have some type of clean slate whenever you're addressing somebody. All right, and I've seen you places, and you know how you act. I'm not sure what you're addressing, but please keep the conversation limited to this because you cannot present my point of view to me and pretend that it's your point of view. That's not what your track record is. That's not what your history is within this space. And look, Sharon, look, I know y'all some profit-driven, get the bag stuff. I'm okay with it. I just stay away from it, period, because I already got my own stuff to worry about, and my stuff's straight. So I don't have to offer different levels of protection to people that I don't know online. So given the way that you actually acquitted yourself here as some holier than thou type guy, are we going to see changed behavior from you in the future? Given the way that you attempted to actually address yourself here today.
So first and foremost, I think it's weird, right, for an old school brother to have
No.
such
You
a
address a full
disdain.
circle. You have to address my argument that I just said. We're not pulling other people into this. I just made a statement. Did you listen to it?
I listened to it all. I didn't interject and I didn't interrupt. So I don't even know what
Hey,
the problem is. I'm going to
okay,
address
well, you're
you as
going to
well.
address my message. Don't
I'm
pull other
going
people into this.
I'm going to address you as well, my brother, but you gotta have some patience, just like I had
No.
patience with you.
There is no patience when you try to stretch the argument beyond what I just said. You just did that with full circle. You're not doing that with me. Address
Okay,
what
and
I said.
you're not going to tell me how to talk and how to speak, right?
Well, yes, I
I'm
am.
not
I'm going to tell you
speaking to you.
exactly what you're going to do because you're not going to be disingenuous with me like you just been disingenuous with actual full circle.
Okay, so
You're going to
listen,
address what I said. I just
here's
made
the
a
thing.
statement. You're going to address that.
Here's
And
the
if you
thing.
can't address it, you can leave.
Here's the thing, and I will leave, right? Here's the thing.
Bye.
The
Bye.
problem with brothers like you, right, is you are a do as I say, not as I do type of person, right? That's what you're known for. That's what I know about you, man of
Give me a
tomorrow,
specific example.
right?
Give me a specific example.
Because you
Sir, give me a specific
want to speak.
example.
You want to speak to
Give me a
me
specific
about
example.
your grievances with me,
Give me
right?
a specific example. You
Well,
have a
if you stop
disagreement.
talking, you
Clarify
can't
me with
listen.
statements.
You can't listen
Clarify
and
it.
talk at the same
Clarify.
time,
Hell
right?
no. I don't let you just get your shit
That's
off, partner.
unlearned
You
behavior,
made a statement. You have to
undisciplined
clarify it.
behavior, right?
No.
So
Discipline
this
is
is
not
the thing.
letting dumb niggas run their goddamn mouth
Be
and
a
not
man
address
of
the issue at
tomorrow,
hand.
right? Be
No,
a man of
fuck that.
tomorrow.
Fuck you. Why the fuck would I let you do what you just did to
See,
full circle? Why the
look
fuck
at
would I
you.
let you do that?
Lack of self-control, lack of
I know,
self-discipline.
and I would
And I
hit you right in
guarantee
your
you,
fucking mouth if
I
you were to do that
guarantee
shit in
you, full
purpose.
circle is not gonna reprimand you, right? Because he ain't
Man,
got no smoke for men.
bro.
All y'all do
Bro,
is got smoke for
I don't
women
need to
and
reprimand
men
him, but
who
you talking to
respect
two
women.
grown men. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. You talking to grown men. Who the fuck you think you are? I ain't gotta reprimand this grown man. Do you
Y'all
know
hey,
who
gotta
you
hey,
are?
hey,
learn.
hey,
Listen,
You
hey,
got
hey,
you
you
got
gotta
it
hey,
ask
backwards.
Brownsville.
You
yourself
Hey,
got
what's
it
hey,
in your
hey,
effed
cup,
up.
hey,
Bronzeville, you got us effed up. I don't need to reprimand
I was
anybody.
trying to say
Brownsville. You gonna
Go
address my
clarify that.
statement?
I was
You
Go
gonna
trying
address
to
my
calibrate
say
statement?
yourself,
was the
brother. That
disrespectful of
bullshit. You hear
predatory
that, MOT?
behavior,
You need to
right?
reprimand him.
And
You
I'm
listen to
willing to
this?
bet right
With
now
this
that both
fakeness.
you,
At the
Full
end of the day,
Circle,
man,
and you,
this
Man
is
of
the type of dude we
Tomorrow,
talking
At the
all
end
about.
of the day,
engage in
this is the type of dude
predatory
we talking about
behavior
that's full of it.
because
Yeah,
He's
hell
y'all
full of
yeah.
got
it.
smoke for
And we calling
women
Bullshit.
him out on it. That's right. A bunch
who
of
Bullshit.
hate women.
catfish.
Y'all got smoke
Woman.
for men who
Oh
uplift
shit, get the
women,
fuck out of
and
here.
y'all
Here
got
we
Peace and
go. Here
love.
we
We
go.
got peace and love, brother. Peace and
He
love,
talking about other
brother.
people and not the
On the
statement that
no.
we
right-hand
Yeah,
made, man.
side,
multiple.
brother.
This
Peace
is
and
shit we
love,
talking
But
about,
I'm gonna
bro.
brother.
let y'all
That's the
have it.
shit we talking
Y'all can
about.
go ahead and go.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah,
Get
yeah.
the
Yeah,
fuck
man,
out
well,
of
jump
here.
your dumb ass up off here then. If you're not gonna address my
The fuck
motherfucking
out of
statement,
here.
nigga, get the fuck out of here. Bye, nigga.
You talking to some real ones. You got us fucked up.
And that's what I don't like about the younger generation is that they tolerate shit like this. Dude, he would have said that shit instantly fucking stole off. I'm not
Right.
gonna fucking handle that shit. Nah,
And
dude.
MOT, we feel some
Listen,
type of
I
way.
can tell
You are
right
old
now
Instantly
school.
you
fucking
all
stole
You
off.
brothers
damn right
you
old
can't
school.
handle
Instantly
You need
fucking
to
yourself
stole
learn a
off.
little bit something. You can learn
because you
a little
purport
something.
yourself
Peace
as
and
some type of
love.
internet gangster, right? And what
Okay.
I know about
Okay.
internet gangsters is as
Hey
soon
man,
as they see
you
you in
can
person,
address
they
my
act like a
statement that I
mouse,
made.
right? So
Address
that's
my
what you
statement
should
that I
change
made
your
though.
name to, Mouse of
Address my
Tomorrow,
statement.
because you
Okay, I
some
guess.
big bad dude
Uh,
online who like to
okay.
disrespect people, use profanity, but when you see them in person, you will
How am
never
I
say fuck
disrespecting
like
you by
that to
telling
them.
you to
And
answer the
same
question
for
that
you,
I asked
Full
you?
Circle. You supposed to be an elderly man, but yet you
Well,
out
elderly
here
men ain't supposed
using
to
Supposed to
be.
be, huh?
profanity and
You bet
trying to
on me. Listen to
disrespect
this. And
people,
you
right?
supposed to be, you
I'ma
know what
tell
you're
you,
supposed to be? You're
y'all
supposed to be in
brothers,
your place.
y'all brothers
Child,
need to get it together
son,
and
you need to
recalibrate
be in
y'all
your place.
value
I'm gonna put
systems,
you in
right?
your place. Put
Because
things in
y'all got
priority. Your
issues.
priorities
Y'all
are
got
messed up.
issues
Your
apparently with
priorities are messed
women,
up. And you
and y'all
think with
got
your
issues
preacher
with
Bronzeville, I
men.
mentality,
don't have
Mr.
issues
Al
with women.
Sharpton, Jesse
I don't
Jackson,
have issues with women,
that
dude.
fake preacher talk. Exactly, that fake preacher talk. See, if he was
I
over
would never
there,
try to protect these women
he'd
who
be
think they
booted out.
deserve
If he
protection.
was over
Fuck
there,
out of here.
yeah, that's why. Yeah, he over here because he over there. You'd have his out of here. See, you think you can get away with that over here? No, no,
Yeah, I
no,
mean,
no,
no,
no, sir. No, 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 no,
no, man.
no. Take
We
that
And
can't
I
even
somewhere.
address the
understand
argument
now. But you
about
see,
him.
I thought your name was Full Circle because you
Exactly.
reach
He can't even
360
Here we
address it.
go.
degrees
Here we
analysis
go.
and
You can't even
understand
address
it.
it. Look
But
at his
now
talking
I
points. Look
understand
at
that
my
you are
talking
full
points.
circle
Look at his
because
talking
you're not
points. No,
progressing.
full circle is
You're
meaning I'm
just
gonna come right
walking
back on your ass.
around.
Yeah,
You're
get it
walking
straight. I'm gonna
around
come
and
right
you're
back on your
staying
ass.
in place.
I'm
You're
going to come right.
stagnant,
Address
right?
MOT.
That's
Address
why
MOT.
you
Oh,
are
in
a
life, I'm
man
not
of
stagnant. You
yesterday.
got me
That's
fucked up.
why your
Hey, I'm
voice
well
doesn't
within
matter
where I'm
and
supposed to be.
nobody
What is
You
cares
can
going
what
learn
on
what
something.
here?
you have to
Listen to
say.
him. Listen to him.
But
If he
peace and
saw me
love
in
to
real
y'all.
life, he'd be
I
like,
hope
oh
y'all
shit, you got
recalibrate
me
y'all value
effed up.
systems
He hasn't
home.
been around MOT to
And
know who really
listen,
I am. And
stop
this is
acting
why
like
he is. He
children,
think he
right?
got it.
This is
He got that little
pathetic.
black mask on when he comes
You
on. He
brothers
think he
are
doing something,
pathetic.
talking something. You
And
cannot.
it's
Okay, so let's go
Talking
over it
about
again
scat.
for for a circle. We're
You got it.
asking
You
him
got it.
about his behavior. He addressing the man of spirit whole. Like I don't do content like that. You never find me complaining about women. Period.
Neither do
Like
I.
that ain't my content, bro. And it's like, listen, man. When we ask you questions about your behavior, you don't turn around and try to address the manosphere. Like people know that I've been here over 10 years, and I don't care whether these dudes get it or not at this point. The only people complaining about politics are people who are not participating nor understand history. The only people who are complaining about women are dudes who actually should not be with a woman. Period. So, dude, I am beyond that low level conversation. But you know, when you hang out with bad chasers and all that kind of stuff, bro, you can't really come up here and try to get us to not address what you said and how you act other places. I asked you a very specific question about your behavior. And then he wanted to talk about everything else but what I addressed. You just did the same thing with
And,
full
and, and
circle.
right. And MLT. when he stepped away, he think he's slick. He doesn't realize I was 2 steps ahead of him. He's doing his research. Oh, and that's why this and that's why that. He don't have any other talking points. And
No,
then he comes in, instead of addressing you, he had to hold on to that because it kind of like got him like, oh, dang it. I got to address him. No, address MOT. You're absolutely right, MOT. Go back to MOT. I was quiet. But I got to get back to full circle because he got me on that one. He'll never forget this day. I guarantee you he won't.
The
He won't
thing
forget
is,
this day. And he
he
won't
started
forget you.
addressing your points when I asked him a very specific question about his behavior. But this is what these dudes do, right? They want the ability to get their stuff off. I'm gonna get to my point. Like, nah, bro, I asked you a very specific question. You're not gonna address full circle through my very specific question. At the end of the day, I didn't come here to be profit driven. I was already 7 figures when I got here. I don't throw it in people's faces, but I don't have
Right.
problems with women. I'm already married, so
Yes,
there
yes.
is
And I don't have problems with women either as well.
No.
And he tells them that's why you're stagnant. And on what? On YouTube? Please. Do you know this is just entertainment? As you say, MOT, I've been around for a minute. This is for fun. And you're stagnant. No, go back to Sharon's and y'all do your little profit thing. Because I know what that's about. That's why he threw that up in there. Like it's a competition. F your competition.
Hey man, and at the end of the day, women don't need to be overprotected, right? I have sisters, I have nieces. I tell them straight up how to act in society, and if they don't, and if there's a problem beyond that, then we walking in with the force of God. Even though I'm an atheist and all that stuff, I do have respect for actual Christians and actual Christianity, not fake Christians, not get the bad Christians. Okay?
And that's exactly what it is. It's fake Christians.
Sacrilegious.
But yet you're going to pull yourself up here and think we don't see. I've been listening to that whole little sermon thing for the longest. Individuals over there, they call it, but then they just roll with it. They know it's not real. It's fake Christianity.
I mean, bro, like I've seen this dude act like this for 2+ years, and he tried to come here and present my point of view to me like it's his point of view. It's like, dude, that ain't how you act in all these other places. But look, the reason why I don't have to address so many women online is because I know how to be around women of substance, and that is where I'm going to actually keep it. I'm not going to overprotect women who actually obviously don't need it. A lot of these women can really handle themselves well, especially when it's one-on-one with some of these Delta Novembers. But at the end of the day, he came back to not answer questions. He came back to just address the manosphere in whole, not us in specific, which is fine, but that wasn't the questions that we asked, bro.
And MOT, just like, let's give yourself, for example, let's say like Sunkiss is quiet. Let's say the men, even over there on that channel, you got Shadow the Titan. You have other individuals that are married besides Sharon. These are black men that are married. He's going to sit his butt over there talking about propping up Bad Bunny about, and he had the woman. I'm going to stick with that just for a second. The woman and the child pushing them up. You can't even give props to Shadow the Titan and other black men that come on that panel like Ethan Man that are married, running businesses. He gonna throw me up in there regardless if I'm in a relationship or not, married or not, as acting like you don't know me. I threw in the elder thing as far as respect, so he'll know who he's talking to and he's addressing. But MOT, he think he knows, but he really don't know. Did you catch that? He thinks he knows, but he don't know. I will shut Barnesville down. I don't need a mask, and I don't need to hide.
But you have to realize why he had to resort to what he resorted to. Because when it comes to men of substance, we don't have track records like that. Now, the average Delta November you run into, that's all they online for. It's to gain an audience, complaining about women. To me, most of these women get themselves in situations that they ain't supposed to be in, and that's why we got the court system. That's why we have all type of systems in place that actually protect women. I don't think women need to be overprotected any more than they already are right now, and especially not by people like him. But you know what? Look, man, we gave the dude the opportunity to come up here to have a realistic conversation about his behavior because he presented himself in a way that isn't consistent with how he acts or says things on these actual panels. And I keep telling people that this profit motive-driven type of talk, it doesn't buy you the credibility to come out here and be on some brand new stuff when you go somewhere else. Like, to him, bravery is coming up here and not answering our questions and trying to address us or address other issues as if they're answering the question that we asked. We ask you very specific questions about his behavior. And you're like,
Also,
oh,
and
well, you an
also,
internet talk guy, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no,
right.
dude.
Internet
Like, no,
gangster or
bro.
something. Yeah, yeah. But he don't. Yeah, exactly. MOT. When it comes to us and our real lives, it ain't nothing like that. Like I mentioned, we've been around a long time ago when it used to be fun. When it was fun. He hasn't done his homework. Just like yesterday, he's speaking on some things. I believe it was brought up about the NFL. The Super Bowl, about Bad Bunny and not even knowing what he said, but we supposed to be giving him props, and that's why I mentioned in the conversation. I didn't get a chance to mention to him, and not trying to be so long with it, but it doesn't matter. I'll say it right now. On that, it was mentioned. Someone has to. Who's going to out top it? Someone's going to have to out top next year's Super Bowl. And I thought to myself, okay, this is crazy because Bad Bunny, according to Brunsville, he's brilliant. He's being propped up and all this extra stuff that we need to do and follow behind that culture. Well, what do we got to do? As I mentioned, we got to show ourselves with props of picking cotton.
No, bro, but we had the Beyonce and Bruno Mars halftime show, bro. Like we had our moment. We had Snoop Dogg up there with 50 Cent and Dr. Dre.
yes,
Dude, we had our
yes,
moment. It's like, bro,
yes.
listen. At some point, the Latin culture is gonna stand up, and they're gonna represent very well. Like I'm not sure if people watched the movie Blue Beetle. I didn't like the movie because I don't like Blue Beetle as a character, but how they presented the actual Hispanic culture in that movie is something that we should always kind of be on. And I had no doubt that this dude was going to burn the house down in a way that represented his culture. That dude went there to represent Latino people in a time where Latino people are being persecuted by the government. Stuff that we thought black people was for. Now, now black people are for like going after working class Hispanic people, and it's like, bro, at the end of the day, it's not for me to speak on his actual performance. His performance wasn't for me. Bad Bunny's performance was before his community. All the other people who are not represented in
Exactly,
society, people who don't have
exactly.
voices. He represented his community, number one, America, number two, and everybody else tertiary, maybe even quaternary down the line. I understood why he went up there. I understood why the NFL chose him to go up there. And yes, they have these things going on behind the scenes about what they know this person's going to do. Like, you're not going up there and presenting something that they don't like. Dude, we had Prince up there singing Purple Rain in the rain, unscheduled. We had our moment. Too many moments. Dude, it's okay for these people to have their moments too. They're Americans just like us. They're going to be persecuted by these evil evangelical Christians that these people want to side with. All of a sudden, they want to forget the history of how they used to be after us 5 minutes ago, but now they own some Negro nativist stuff to where they trying to help these people get these Latinos out of here, but don't own any organizations about getting those jobs in the first place. So that way you won't even have to worry about the immigration issue. That's why I'm not online. I'm online. I'm not online because I'm building organizations so that way we can get those jobs and hiring everybody, not leaving nobody out. So when these people are talking about doing stuff for the community, they want you to include unprincipled individuals in it, so that way it'll never work. And I keep telling people up front, the people who are complaining about the benefits of work are not working. They're here for some entertainment stuff first. They're on some bad chasing stuff first. They're not trying to help the
Exactly
community.
MOT. That's exactly what they're on. They're not trying to help the community.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it's turned to. After all the time I've known you, MOT, and we've watched it, let alone grow. That's all it's been about. It has been
Okay.
about that for a very long time.
Full circle.
You know? Yeah.
I've been here 13 years. How many times have me and you jumped on the panel together for one specific reason to address one specific person in all of the years we've been here? It has never happened.
Right.
It has never
There you
happened.
go. Right. Right.
I mean, because people assume that I'm one way until you actually
Yeah.
listening to what I'm saying, rather than what people propose that I actually talked about and said. Like when I was talking about burning it down, I want it burned to the ground so that way it wouldn't be reanimated and re-weaponized by these unprincipled, untalented men. But we use these people's inabilities to solve problems as a means of making money. And just like hip hop went out the window and R&B went out the window, the manosphere went out the window along this very specific means. And I don't have a need to overprotect people because you can't be a working class person or desire to be working class and be on this nonsense at the same time. I don't care what your family is. I don't care about none of that stuff. At the end of the day, this community-minded stuff is only a means of covering their actual get-the-bag mentality online, which is unprincipled, sacrilegious, and it's just not needed. But at the end of the day, I'm okay with the way I acquitted myself today. I asked very specific questions to a very specific person about very specific reasons. And the person decided to address you or the rest of the manosphere because of it. When he was talking to you about your very specific reasons, he just pushed that stuff to the side and started trying to actually cape for women. And it's like, bro, we're not those type of content creators.
I mean, not. He tried it and didn't think we was gonna catch it. It's like, Paul, slow down, Sharon was saying, slow down.
But no full circle. You gotta let him get it out.
Right, I gotta let you get it out. Squeeze it out your system. Gotta get it out. Oh yeah, it hurt. He felt it. I got him. But see, he doesn't realize I'm not about popularity. Like we in high school. I'm not here for popularity.
I'm beyond that.
You don't even see me around. I'm looking at MOT. We both are. We've been around.
I had 800 people in the chat when I was signing down these dating coaches. I've done that. And guess what? I had to realize that I was part of the problem and I had to throw that whole platform away. Well, not, the people who I attracted because of those reasons, I had to throw all those people away because they wanted to hear the back and forth. They didn't want to solve problems. Then I realized that, look, none of these people want to solve problems, and I'm fine with that. Because, see, people want to, like, you're a real person who's in the middle. So when I talk about people who's in the middle, I'm not talking about the people who only have smoke for the Democratic Party, act like they down with conservatives. Like, real independent people don't do that. Real independent people are not trying to support white supremacy and try to blame black women politically for stuff. Like, people who are actually in the middle have to do twice the work. And most of these people are just here for a profit-driven motive. And these people were just protecting Anton and not understanding the cultural and racial disrespect that he was laying down upon the entire culture in front of an actual comedian, because that conversation was designed for him to get stolen. And it was designed for him to actually get paid for being stolen. But, dude, at the end of the day, my area works fine. I'm proud of the actual achievements that we made in our area. We got rid of our child support issues, and we're doing fine.
Yes. I got to throw this in there, and Auntie just jumped on before I let him. I mean, not me let him, but Queen Sunkiss before Auntie speaks. Have you noticed this, MOT? I remember back then when Kevin Samuels, there was a snippet that he mentioned to someone that was asking him. Kevin Samuels addressed this individual and says, well, I think it was about money. Well, pretty much it was about, do you have a, you know what I mean? Do you have a big D? Do you have a big D? It was that, what was it, years ago? He stayed on that. It clicked in my head. I said, I got it. I
did a response to that video.
Okay. Yeah. But look at this. Hold on, MOT. I see where Anton Daniels got it from. Now I'm like, look at this. Talking about respecting the community. Check this out. You've been on Fox. Phil the Advice Show. You jumping around to all these different panels. I believe he'll be going to Tasha K's if he hasn't done it already. I believe he's done it. It hasn't been put out there yet. You doing all this, but I have seen snippets that he's addressing men of different cultures. Well, I got, and this is a recent video. Well, a married man, of course. Okay, a married man. So if Bronzeville comes up to you talking about the no good suckers, this, the other, and what's weird, that's weird to me that you have to go on a panel, you a back chaser, you got all these Patreons, no hate, and you got to talk about and brag. A man of means, of substance, ain't got to brag about what he got going on down there. Even the sisters, whatever race, women in general agree. A man that got to brag about his, 9 times it's going to be the opposite. But a man that for the women out there that you know of, got to brag about yours. And Anton recently did that again for the something time on my stuff. And if I put it down, if they see it, and I'm looking at it and talking about Bronzeville, well, what's weird, sir? If he's out there and he's listening, check that. That's weird that a black man, a married black man, ain't just talking about the Corey Holcomb thing, has to brag about what he got down there. That's crazy weird. But I'll land.
Yo, hey, what's going on, fellas?
What's going on, man?
That was hilarious. I got a couple statements, and then I just got a question because I want to give some context. So the statements of this, right? Brownsville, along with a lot of them, they kind of new around here, bro. So they're not familiar with your content, MOT, or even the way the old manosphere got down and shit like that. Like a lot of that stuff was predicated on debate. So when they come, they spit out a bunch of talking points and try to have the counter talking points. And he kind of just did. Brownsville just did what he does, as y'all noticed. So he really didn't have much of an answer. He just went back to the same thing, big up the queens and all that other shit. Yo, cool. But that's one of the reasons why I don't even bother going back and forth no more, because
Me
I
neither.
MOT with that. It's a cash grab. It's a cash grab. You know that you can do that just like you said. You can either have smoke for the women or you can pander to the women. But that's kind of there's nothing in between. There's no balance. So if he was familiar with your content, or even if y'all was having a conversation, you probably would have been able to get some of that stuff out, like you said, MOT. You know what I'm saying? Me and you done talked about things, politics. Me and Full Circles done talked about a lot of stuff too. So y'all are like multifaceted dudes. Y'all are not the typical dudes that they used to talking to over there. So that's why the conversation went the way it did, if it was even a conversation.
Oh,
But I do have a question for y'all. Now,
yeah.
what is it exactly do y'all believe that Brownsville needs to apologize for? Like, what did y'all consider disrespectful?
No. Like to me, I know he's a troll, so I wouldn't ask him. So I just came up here to address his previous behavior on other people's panels about, some of this anti-black stuff. But when he tried to present himself as he wasn't that guy who said those things, then there was no real reason to actually even address it. I'm just like, look, we're talking about specific behavior. He wanted to address the worst people in the manosphere. And
Mm.
once that's the case, then there's no real reason to have an actual conversation. And I'm not going to follow him to other places. I'm not going to troll him. I'm not going to add him anywhere or none of that stuff, because he had this opportunity to answer my very specific truncated questions along with Full Circles. So that's what I wanted to address. Because the way he presented himself, I wanted to make sure that he was going to be that person after he left and went back to doing whatever he was doing, which I know he's incapable of because it's a cash grab, like you said. Because I knew what was going to happen when he was jumped up here. So I just wanted to make sure that he's going to live down this holier than thou, and I'm here to protect the kings and queens and stuff outside of this conversation. That was my only point of position in being up here. That's it. That's nothing.
And Auntie, and just to address it, he doesn't over here. He doesn't have to apologize for anything. It's what I've witnessed over there. Even though he says, "Oh well, that's a lie." Okay, well, I apologize if I say I've never. So to Bronzo, if he's listening, and to the audience, I apologize when I say I've never heard. But at the same time, I've witnessed at other times on the channel where there have been individuals that have spoken on something that wasn't true, not really put him in his place, but they've spoken on things, and he'll just sit there, or he'll disappear, or he'll come back, or he'll just pause and won't say, "You know what? I might have been mistaken." That's the part where I was getting at. It's not to really make him look bad. It's just the part where it's like I hear more of the unapologetic. I don't hear that enough. I don't have to hear that on a regular, but it's rare that I hear it. And I'm gonna throw this. This is no shade. You hear that from women. You know how it's like out there. Women don't apologize. They don't apologize. Women just don't do it. Let alone propping up the women. I don't hear that from him. That was my point. But like I said, over here, we were just looking for the conversation. I forgive me, Sunkiss and Big J. I cursed. Yes, I did. But it's rare. I can get it in as well, but that wasn't what I was trying to do. I wanted us to have a professional conversation. And as you mentioned, Auntie, we're well-rounded, more than many know. So for him to think and act like, and he gonna just go off of some clickety clack off of YouTube, and that's why you're stagnant. I can give two fishes about this in real life. Let's do that. And he's trying to put up a bet. Do you really want to do that? See, I don't have to come with the rights and the preacher talk. That's not me. That's not me. I
would
have a
play with God
foundation
like
and
that.
a background. Right.
I'm an
I know
atheist,
how
and
to
I would
handle
never
that
play with
too.
God like that.
Sure. But
I would know
there
what-
you go. I would never do that. So by him coming to the pulpit, so to speak, over there on Sharon's over here and think that he could pull that, because did you notice all of that changed when he's over there and and then had the nerve, when was it, just yesterday? He's probably done it before. Had the nerve to say, well, I see that the panel's getting emotional. And I believe that's when Bomb was like, oh, she did a little, here we go. You right, Bomb. Here we go. He had to throw that in there. And I was waiting for him to throw that over here with some grown men that's ready to go toe to toe in conversation, not in real life, and say, well, see, these two men are emotional. One is old school and MOT and whatever you about. I know you, MOT, but I don't know this individual. Who's this man right here? This Jive Chucky. Yeah, I got something for you. Let's have the conversation, and please address MOT. Don't put it back on me. Because see, he saw it, but he didn't see it. He didn't expect it. And I'm so thankful for him coming back, being a man to come back. Because I didn't expect him to come back, MOT, Auntie, and Sunkiss, but he came back.
He did worse by coming back.
If he would have came back, if he comes back next time, he going to be like, ooh, that thunderbolt. He going to get that thunderbolt of Zeus from the skies. He going to be ready.
That's why I was curious, because that's when I
Catch me
started
if you
listening.
can.
And it seemed like y'all was having two separate conversations. Like,
Yeah,
Mm.
we were.
y'all was trying to break something down, and then he went back to the same conversation that they kind of have
did.
over there. So
He did.
that's one of the reasons why I'm like, I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
I give it a pass, but I get it. That's just what they do. Like, it's just straight line, same direction. Hey, men.
I mean, but it hits so many points when it comes to other people, though. It hits so many points when it comes to most people.
And then Auntie, he came over and says, why don't you? I'm like, you ain't did your homework. I've been there, done that. Why don't you address and go after them? Oh, so next, what you gonna tell me to do? Go after Corey Holcomb and do the Anton thing, go face to face after all that was going on, like they discussed on that channel even recently. I'm not going after Corey. I'm not going after other individuals, Manosphere. This is just right now, it's like you said, it's entertainment at this point. It ain't nothing. We've been around so long to be like,
And I
hey,
agree with
even
that.
from
Like,
O'Shea, Duke Jackson. Remember, Auntie, back in the days, O'Shea, I was the man. And all of that went right out the window from Fantastic. It went from one direction. We have so many individuals, and speaking of old school, that have been around that was like, I got the solution. I'm going to do this. What makes Sharon and Cuzzo, Bronzeville, think that they're any different? They're not. They're not. Because they're on the
They just like
bandwagon too as well. Ching.
well, it's easy to do that now, just like MOT said, because there really ain't no manosphere no more.
No.
The
It's
only
Black
people that
YouTube
go around-
representing
are-
Manosphere talking points to people as if it's theirs. So the only thing they're doing is stealing the valor of the actual works of the Manosphere and presenting it to a new audience as if it's their content. So it is stealing.
Well, no, but I mean, back in the day when you spitting out Manosphere and that Rimbro shit and all of that, the Manosphere would have actually pulled up and challenged you on it, just the way y'all just did. But just the fact that you can just do that every day and it ain't happened yet, that should tell you ain't really no Manosphere no more.
But once again, he didn't do his homework. It's no matter. He didn't do his homework. That's why I was like, you're not going to get, as MOT said, you're not going to get away. And then he got the nerve, the balls, pause, to say for me to reprimand MOT. What? I don't need to reprimand this man. We
I'm just trying to get him an answer.
Recalibrate your words, sir. Recalibrate. I don't need to do that.
They start doing that. I don't even really get involved with it anymore, because we can debate all day, every day, on that, because you making stuff up, you really don't know what you're talking about, and then it's gonna just like Full Circles is saying, oh, you getting emotional and all of that other stuff because you're speaking with a little passion, some conviction, or certain things you're just not gonna allow. We know how it works because you done been around here for a while. But I'm just saying, I mean, can y'all get a dude a little bit of grace, because he don't know. He don't know.
But Anton, I mean not Anton. Sorry, no, Anton. I mean, I keep saying that because I got issues. Auntie, because I'm sorry, forgive me. I have an issue with him as well. Ain't no different. He does it as it. How can I say this? He doesn't know. Yes, he does, because he knows what he's there for. And the thing that I have an issue with is that he continues to do it and act like he doesn't know.
giving them some grace. And he's right there. MOT was giving him the opportunity. And I stayed out of it, with the whole hypocrite thing. And I laughed at it. I was like, if I'm a hypocrite, you the king of hypocrites. But I had to throw that in there because I remember back in the days from being on different panels of being like, I've toned it down, like long-winded just to get my point out. But I'm like, I love it. I love today because it was like, let's get straight to the point. There's an issue and a problem. Like you said, Auntie, you've let it go. I haven't been around in ages for a long time, but it was like, this is your opportunity, Bronzeville. And I watch it over there where they let things just slide. And I listen to it. I'll go off at times there's even ignorance and they let it slide. Lately, I've been watching individuals say, no, that's not true, including with Bronzeville. No. He'll just get quiet and he'll run over there to his cousin. Well, cousin, do you agree with that? Do you think that what was over there was a threat? What Kendrick Lamar is doing, that's a problem. We should be more like this. I get that, but at the same time, don't put your own down. Just like you got with Anton over there asking him the question. We all caught it. What are you? Well, I'm this. You're not this. I'm a Christian. Black is just a construct. You don't even know who you are. And then on other times he's put up videos. And I have the clips. White people love me. They adore me. Oh boy, check this out. Listen to what we listening to. But we've heard it before, Auntie. And they rise through the fire into the sky with all of this, the bag cheese or this and that and the other, and putting and stepping down like Terminator on the skulls, the robots. That's how they're doing this. Oh, my children. We ain't no children over here. We're grown, and that's why I put it in his face. We're grown men over here, Bronzeville. You got it twisted, including yourself, Auntie, intellectually, in all types of ways. He got us all the way effed up. Do your homework. And when you see and hear something, even over there on Sharon's, it needs to be called out. It needs to be called out. Don't let them get away with nothing. Nothing.
That's why I just addressed it and we're done with it. This will ever be immortalized. It's not on my channel, not on his channel. It's on a separate channel. So that way people can see what happened. When I asked him a very specific question about his behavior, he punted, and I'm like, okay, we're done. There's no real reason to address it again. I get it. At the end of the day, he doesn't know. And to be real with you, those actual points of what he said, it does hit a lot of people who call themselves manosphere at this point, but that ain't us. But I get it. I don't expect much out of these people, but I do expect them at least be able to answer a question. And now that I know that everything's profit driven and get the bag driven, hey man, it's just time to put some work in. Make your own community better. Stop trying to get everybody to do the work for you, and just make your own stuff better. Because I'm not trying to live around stuff that don't work. Okay, I want to live in stuff that actually do work, and a lot of people can't exist in that construct. Because a functioning community doesn't need bullshit artists. It doesn't need get the bag people. It doesn't need, fake Christians. It doesn't need any of that shit. Principle actually doesn't need foolishness to function. People bring the foolishness because they lack principle, which is fine. I could just find somewhere else to be. I've had 800 people in the chat talking about dating coaches and foolishness. And then I just felt like a hoe ass clown, even though I was bringing in $5,000 a month. $5,000, should I make that in fucking 2 days? Like, what? Why would I keep trying to keep these dudes stuck in a position that I'm not going to benefit off of and they're not going to benefit off of? Now, a lot of people would have never given up that type of power, and that's why I changed what I talk about so that way I can attract different types of people. Because I know most of these people ain't ready, and that's fine. But the archive is going to be there where your ass is ready. So you can see that I was talking about the same stuff about getting your stuff together and stop trying to prop up women who actually don't need your help. The government has a whole system that props up women. They don't need, people's idle comments and all this shit, dude. They got infinite dick. They got infinite access to calling the police, infinite access to the court system, infinite access to the district attorney. They don't need self-esteem from people that they don't know, but they'll take it. But at the end of the day, listen, man, just get better actual things for yourself so that way you're not out here actually thinking that you're helping these people by keeping them in a non-progressive state and trying to cover up for their mistakes. That's all I got, man. Thanks for asking.
Right. And MOT, let me throw this in there, and this is for you and Auntie. The part that he threw out there and say, hey,
I believe myself specifically, and he might have included you, MOT. Go after those specific brothers or go after the minister or certain individuals. I'm sitting here listening to a show over there. I said, you know what? Why don't you do like Anton, since they're speaking on the Corey Holcomb, and I don't I don't back that up in one way, shape, fashion, or form. What Corey and his actions, what he represents, any of that, regardless of how long he's been in the game. Check this out. Pay your $500 like Anton, or go to one of his comedy shows and address that man face to face. If not that, we'll even do one better. Go out of your area, your little square, the Sharon Bracey show, and jump on different panels. Because I haven't seen him. Now he might jump over and say, well, that's a lie as well. I've been over here, here, and here. I haven't seen you. Why don't you dress those individuals? Jump on there. Get it in. Get in the mud. Don't just be over on Sharon's and just talk that talk and come for us and say, hey, why don't you go for them? I'm not your soldier. I'm not your pawn. I'm not your knight or any of that. I'm not doing any of that. I don't need to. Go ahead, MOT.
But full circle. He's trying to get us to fight people like him, but not him. What is that?
I caught that too. I caught it too. But he thinks that we don't. Once again, along with Auntie Sunkiss, shout out to you. I know you've been quiet, but check it out. We're 2-3 steps ahead of him. I know I am. So when he was throwing it out there, I'm like, I'm already gonna catch it. I'm covering all squares. Talking about, well, since you know I know you enough, not in real life, give a damn about that. I know you enough over here to know how you get down, and I know how you gonna get it.
He doesn't know that me and other people have had these discussions. It's crazy that me and Taz is kind of on the same page at this point, 7 or 8 years later, given how we started off. Because we actually did want actual things to be better, and a whole lot of people didn't. And that's my fault for not seeing it up front. But that's just where we at, man. It's a profit driven thing. And
right.
I'm sorry. I could just look. There had to be growth on my part to stop being part of the problem and propping these dudes up and start pushing them towards solutions. I mean, because all these issues about women are nothing but unrealized financial complaints. You can't do the fly shit to attract women. You don't have enough principal to keep a good woman around or actually attractive. Because here's the thing. The women would be as bad as they say they are if they accepted them in their current form. Unreformed, unproductive, unrefined. But the fact that they're still complaining about women when women have chosen better men, that tells you a lot about the dudes who are propping up this gender war between men and women. Says a lot about the people who still on that. 50 and 60 years old, damn near dead, still need the gender war and people not progressing so that way they can be able to, quote unquote, have a voice. I'm tired of it, man. I don't have to address it anymore.
And MOT, and that's why I came in and starting this out and say, you don't believe half the stuff that you're saying, do you? And he's like, yeah, absolutely. But then, you are part of the problem. The solution? Who are you kidding? So you are part of the problem. Yeah, you're going to come in here and throw that preacher talk. And shout out to Taz. Taz, yeah, it took a minute, like you mentioned. Taz, what's up? And shout out to Nyla as well. They've been around. It took a minute, but we've saw it. We've seen it. Like you said, MOT, you didn't say anything sooner, but it came around finally. We all see it for what it is. And as you said, Auntie,
I was wrong for not seeing it.
They knew school. No. Yeah, I got you.
They don't know. And look, I was in the clouds. I was listening to Bombs the other day. I think it was May or somebody that mentioned how the pandering is just bad. And look, me and you, full circle, we had this conversation a long time ago. That shit is bad on both sides, to be pandering.
It is.
To be pandering to women, because you
I
give
agree.
them a rooted version of reality, and the world is not that when you go out there. The world is not that. So,
I really can't stand these red pill women either, because they're keeping this dude stuck in the actual.
I say that's even worse. Yeah, no. The women that pander to dudes are even worse than dudes pandering to women. You know,
but Auntie,
it's all the modern day woman's fault. It's like, nah, nigga, hey, you got issues too. You need to fix, homeboy.
Right. And check
So
this out, Auntie. He let me throw this in there. He threw it at me and said, "Oh, you moving the goalpost." And I gave him the example. If I saw you, Auntie MOT, in real life, Sun Kiss and her husband, I'm going to address at a restaurant. I'm going to address the men first. I'm gonna do it on here on the internet. Oh well, it's different. And he's letting us know. Oh no, I'm all for it. I'm all balls to the pause. I'm all in it to win it. Women first. Queen Latifah. He's on that. I'm not. You can do what you want. Me personally, I'm going to address the men. And that's why I gave the example. I thought it was, hey, Mr. Christian man, God, the man, woman, and child. So when it comes to over there, I'm like, why can't you? He says, oh, well, I addressing the men individually. You ain't got to do that. But I know as far as in different in perspective and the categories, it's God, men, women, and child. Kings, queens, and the children. You know, I looked at it as that. I didn't think I was wrong, but I looked at it as if like, I don't see why you're going to turn it around and say, oh, well, you have a problem. I don't know why you men and such as yourself got a problem with that. I don't understand why the men who are married and got families, you can't address it. And he did the same with Kendrick. He just went for Kendrick and didn't say, but hold on. He has a wife and he hasn't been in the media like that. Yeah, I believe she's mixed, but okay. He has a family. He couldn't even address that. And then got the nerve to say, well, Bad Bunny, he didn't. And I get that. Okay, it is what it is. For the Super Bowl, he didn't have on no dress and didn't put out LGBT for the moment. But at the same time, you have children yourself. So who would you rather your children follow? I mean, do as you will, but you want them to follow behind Bad Bunny or Kendrick Lamar and his message. And then he throws in there too, Bronzeville, well, my message and ideology. That's when I was like, there you go, preacher man. Your message and ideology. And that's why when Big J, when he left, yeah, Mr. Book of Eli, you think you slick. Because that's what you're doing when you're over on Sharon's, trying to preach something to the rookies and the new school people. The new school.
And he had the nerve to talk about consistency. Had the nerve to talk about consistency. I'm like, would the conversations being had because of inconsistency? But hey, man, dude, at the end of the day, I'm just glad that I don't need black foolishness in order to pay my bills, in order for me to have a voice in the world. So shout out to that. Shout out to my grandfather for putting me on the path of telling me how full of it most people are going to be in life. And I'm just still on that same path. I mean, that's just what it is. And I don't care if nobody listens at this point. My area works just fine. And I'm going to keep working for things, even if these people don't help. It ain't going to help them overall, but at least I can make sure that my stuff is actually great where it is. I don't have to actually over create to cover certain groups of people who've given up already or who are not in communities that are my own. It's just that people have to grow up, but they can't because the profit is too strong. They can't benefit off an actual beneficial community that actually does work. I mean, you know, there's two types of communities. There's a community to which you actually contribute towards, and then there's the community that they talk about. It's the community that they want to keep broken and destroyed. They want to keep, you know, throwing high points to women that don't need it. They want to provide cover for weak ass men who just ain't got their shit together, but expect a woman at the end of the day to act like a chaste woman, even though that they're not a traditional dude. Like, everything's working the way that it should be working right now. So,
and let me throw this at you, MOT, and this is for you too, Auntie. I got to give you both props because even on your channels and on your show, and I've seen it. You're thankful for it, and I'm gonna show you where I'm going with this. When it comes to donations and contributions, you're not sitting there like, and I'll drop that name on Sharon, like Sharon's show, where it's like, oh my God, why aren't you all giving the money? Am I not doing enough? This and the other. You're not on your shows doing that. You do your stuff regardless of its entertainment, and if it's come, it comes. You're blessed with what you get. But you're not asking and you're not begging for it. So that's why when Bronzeville said, well, that's why you're stagnant. Why? Because you did your little quick research and homework. I don't do this for what you think. You over there doing it, helping Kozo doing all that. But for you two gentlemen, I've never seen you all do that. You know, I don't see you do it. You do your thing, and that's it. You call it a night. You're done. You're going off to your own lives. And that's what I do. I'm rarely around. I came for this special moment just to make a point and to address an issue and a particular person. And that's why I stopped. I said, no, Sharon, it's not really with you. I mean, it can be, but it's not. It's this person right here with the pom poms, and I'm not calling him, that, and he's not. I'm speaking of him as a grown man that he has his pom poms, but at times he's not right all the time. There's times when he's wrong, and he's sitting there preaching and preaching, and I get it. Like you say, Auntie, I know what it's for. I've been seeing what it was for. It doesn't make it right, but that's their business. But I do give you both props, and it's like we have been around, and it wasn't supposed to be like that. Back then, I had an issue back then where it's like that was supposed to make a difference and a change, and that's when I stepped away. I said, "Oh no, I'm good," and I'll continue to even after I'll be around after tonight. I'll be around, but I had to address that because I was like, enough is enough. Is anyone over there gonna say, you know what? Besides the ones that are on that panel, gonna say, you know what? Nah, they've done it, but they didn't really do it. To be like, you know what? You're full of it, man. You're full of it. You're being nice about it, and no shame to them. It is what it is. They know no better. I give it to you, Auntie. I'll take that. They don't know. They don't know. So I'll run with that. I'll roll with that. They just don't know. But for Bronzeville, don't act like you know, sir, because you don't have a clue. But we can do it again anytime.
He's going to go back to acting exactly what he was previous to being on, man. And I don't have to do that. And to them, we have to allow them the grace to be hypocritical, to allow them to be around. I'm like, hey, man, that shit is beneath me at this point. Beneath me to actually try to carry on conversations with people who don't want to act like a full citizen of the country to which they actually live in, and expect everybody else to do the work for them. I'm sorry, you're not part of any community, except for the get the bag and the bag chase community. People who don't care. Other than that, dude, these people don't deserve the actual right to start talking about community and start love bombing on these fucking women that don't know how to act and can't fucking protect themselves from bullshit they put themselves in. Man, fuck that. I'm not doing that.
And then they hide behind Christianity. Right. And they hide behind Christianity. That's the next gimmick scam. Every time
now they want to cover themselves in the blood of Jesus. Well, every time they get criticized.
No, Anton wasn't totally wrong when he said that a bunch of these folks are like his sons, and this ain't no new manosphere or nothing like that. It's just the old manosphere is dead, and this is just what kind of grew in its space. I mean, in its place. But
he did that on purpose.
I'm just saying, it's in Anton's image. You got to pander really hard in one direction, whichever that might be. There's going to be two sides to every coin. So without light, there's no dark. Without up, there's no down. Without left, there's no right. So that's just what it is. You keep saying manosphere enough times and putting it in your titles and coming up with acronyms. Eventually, that's still driving algorithms. So they're going to do that. And just like you said, they're going to hide behind Christianity, all of that other stuff. So, I mean, I wouldn't call them necessarily bag chasers, probably bag chaser adjacent or something like that. But it's really the same thing. And yeah, you got a small subsector of YouTube that's kind of in Anton Daniels' image. I got to admit that.
Yeah, but hold on, MT. Oh, go ahead, MOT. Wait, let me throw this in, MOT. Check out what you just said, Anton. I mean, Anton, damn, Auntie. Forgive me, damn. Fuck, because I got to bring him up. Auntie, Anton took. Do you remember when he went to the funeral? And maybe he bragged about it. He went to the funeral. Not everyone went to the funeral of Kevin Samuels. Yes. Yeah. He went to the funeral. O'Shea didn't go. Others didn't go to the funeral. We were support. Yeah, Dennis Sperling. Others didn't go on that manosphere. They didn't go. Anton was on chorus and he said, "I studied you." Anton did the same thing. He studied the manosphere. He took talking points. He studied timing. A lot of things that when Anton is speaking, he's taken from different individuals. Hurley has done the same, but it shows you how easy it is. We've been around to where it could have been anyone that has a voice, that has a gift for gab, and did it just like that. But he took it and put it all in a pot and stirred it. So as far as, like you said, you're correct, Auntie, with my children, and following him like the Pied Piper, that is exactly what it was. But at the same time, many wanted to be like Kevin. It wasn't just outsiders that give him praise and say, "Oh, remember the Godfather thing." They wanted to be like the Godfather, so he's gone. Like that Tupac Biggie thing, take him out the picture. So now it's Anton. All he did is took certain things and put it all in one pot, and now it's like, and my children. Not just on some cult level where it's like, we've seen this before. And another thing about Anton, he watches a lot of movies because when he speaks of things, it's different snippets from different movies. He's a movie watcher and he's taking that and he's putting it in the pot as well. And he's spewing it out to the people, to the masses. Not like Jim Jones, but it's like drink. You drink. On some 28 days later type of drink. You, my son, daughter, drink. And at the same time, you give. But hey, I'm a high behind Christianity and my 20-something years of marriage. It's been done before. Yeah, and they all wanted to be like Kevin. And someone said, "Oh yeah, I was always down with Kevin. I ain't gonna drop no names. I was always down with Kevin, but was talking about him like a dog. But yet at the same time, yeah, I just gotta find the secret serum, the secret of how he did all of that with the subscribers and everything. And then you have the others coming in place, Pearl included. And then
They just want to profit and benefit
yeah.
off of black male misery and problems, just like the previous people did. It's just nothing real technical about it. It's just that the community overproduces this type of individuals that don't have their stuff together. They desperately need to put the focus on somebody else as if they're the problem. When I'm telling you, like the moment I didn't get access to good women until I got my shit together, and not a moment before that. It started with me. And other groups would not allow me to be a part of their group. Like when I owned that club in Denver, plenty of people wanted to actually, we fuck with you because you're military, you're ex-law enforcement, but you own this club, so we can't fuck with you, we can't have you around. And they had to explain that you having this club means that you'll sell out any single person to keep this club functional. And the moment I got rid of that shit, that's when I was able to go back into those communities that I was previously part of and had no problems. But the problem was I never changed. But they expect for people who are in those type of things to be a certain way. And they were right to keep my ass away from it. Because if I'm willing to keep up an environment like that, there's no telling who I would sell out in order to keep that stuff functioning the way that's functioning. So, it's just something that I had to learn.
I mean, look, as a former club owner, and I always use that analogy all of the time because I used to manage, a club. I used to bartend, so I know how to, sometimes all you need is a packed parking lot, and all of a sudden you got a popping club. You can have mold in that bitch. Your beer never gets rotated. You got sound issues, rats, all of that. But if the parking lot is packed, there's a line around the corner, you got the most popping spot in town. That's kind of what it is. So these people don't really care if they're saying something to help the community or whatever.
No,
as long as it's a packed parking lot and it's a line around the corner. Even if it means you got to let people sell dope in your club and chicks sell box, whatever, as long as the place is packed.
And I've worked clubs, MOT, Auntie. I've worked the clubs as well for 3 years and promoted concerts. I know how it goes, and you're exactly right. It doesn't matter. As long as it sells out, you could be doing everything under the sun. Don't matter. Even to the point of what MOT said, he took the words out of my mouth. Even if it comes down to selling out. Yeah. Even if, and from that example, right here on YouTube. Same thing. No difference.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's no different at all. And that's what they'll go back to, the subscriber count, live viewer count, whatever. And it's not about, that's why I said y'all are having two separate conversations. Y'all are talking about better in the community or whatever. But these people are just saying what the people in their chat want to hear.
Correct.
That's it.
They're not even talking to us. He's talking to his audience wherever he's going to be at. So, look.
But MOT, he tried to do it over here, which was sad. It's like, you're over here. You can try to pull that over there. And when we approached him with it, it was going right. It went right through him. It's like, he was like, oh, I'm over here. Wherever he goes, Auntie, he's going to do the same thing. If he was to step out of that arena and like over here in other arenas, he's going to do that whole, that's why I told you I caught it. The message and ideology, MOT, Auntie, he tried to pull it. As if like wherever I go, ain't nothing gonna change. And why you brothers got a problem with that? Because it don't matter. Because I'm never gonna change, sir. I'm not trying to change you. I could never
No,
do
it's
that.
cool.
Who am I?
And
You know, it's
like
cool. Exactly.
full circle. I, I I wish this stuff was this blatant in the 80s. I wish this stuff was this blatant in the 90s. I wish it was this blatant that these people did not care about nothing but profit. We're only seeing this now in the social media space about how full of garbage most of these people are, and the garbage attracts other garbage. It's kind of like going to Home Depot, buying a lint roller, and just rolling it around in the parking lot. Of course, it's made for lint, but you can pick up dirt, dust, wood, rats, droppings, all types of other stuff. But that's all they care about is being surrounded by all this other stuff to remove the stink of what they actually are about. And I'm okay with it. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna present you with the real. I know you. I know certain people ain't gonna be able to handle it. And look, I don't have to go around praising people that I don't know, giving out fake self-esteem to people that I don't know. I control stuff in the real world. I don't have to go and try to be this actual person for the downtrodden, you know, man who just ain't got his stuff together and refuse to fix it. Because there's two parts of it. Most of these people just want a reality to where they could join the conversation and not feel bad about not being shit in life. And I'm not going to allow people to have that shit. Nope.
No,
And I'm
and
not.
that's why I like that's why I
Yeah,
like
and see.
the club
Hmm.
analogy. Now, real quick, because I'm about to drop down. But I like the club analogy
Hmm.
because look, you got nightclubs, you got gentlemen's clubs, and you got country clubs. So it's really about like what you're presenting. So the country club is going to be a little bit more exclusive, but you might not have all of them popping nights, but the longevity is going to be there. You know, so when there's no dress code and all you're doing is charging admission, you're just going to tell the people what it is they want to hear. That's all. So right now, people kind of like that one way or the other content. It's not about being balanced. The balanced content will get you buried in the algorithm. Get you
Yeah.
buried.
But Auntie, look at this. What you just said with your analogy, your example. You have those ones that have been in business. You've seen them. Let's step away from the internet, and we can use the internet, but let me step away for a moment. You got those ones with businesses. You mentioned the different gentlemen's clubs, different clubs. You'll look in 1 minute in your hometown, wherever you go, travel. Oh, they've been around. Where's that club at? Been around for a year, 2 years, and we've seen it going back to the internet, where it's like they didn't know what they were doing and they didn't know what they were talking about. And if all else fails, going back to what MOT says, well, and they said it as well with Anton. Anton didn't used to be like that, didn't used to talk like that. Figured out some things, tweaked some things, and decided to go that route. And all the money started coming in. It's no different from in other channels. Same with business. 1 minute they look up, hey, they're not around no more because they haven't done their homework, their research. They don't know how to run a business, and they're out of business. We've seen them come and go, anti-MOT, where it's like, what happened to such and such? They were just a name in the wind, gone. But then at the same time, they'll sit back and probably reminisce and say, you know what? Maybe if I should have pandered and like the Corey and Anton thing, kiss some butt, maybe and I'll sold out and sell out. Maybe things will be different. Maybe I'll be up there with the chariot and the kingdom and the nice cars and the Rolls Royce and Lamborghinis and all that, the Porsches. I did it all wrong. And I see that. You have those ones that wanted to do it the right way or do it a certain way, but we know that's not realistic. So they decide to go this route. And they're looking at it where it's like, well, it's either that or that. To them, that's the results. It's either that or that. Ain't giving a dang about the community or the culture. None of that. It's all crap. So it is what it is. That's why I say after this, it stands exactly where it is, the way I see it.
All
That's
these
how I
people
see it.
it's barnacles on the ship, slowing down the ship of progress. That's all they are. Barnacles who have glued themselves to the problems of America, Black America, and have to represent these people's fears and lack of progression in them and just parrot it back to them. And I tell people all the time, how you make your money closes a lot of doors for you. If you're on that entertainment stuff and you can't, there ain't nobody with money gonna bring their child around you. Bro, you're never gonna be able to get off of that. I understand that that's how some people can make it. I don't actually tolerate it, period. That's why I keep my stuff straight. I don't have to worry about being betrayed by individuals. because I'm part of an actual social system that actually provides for the men and women inside it. And you just don't let people just join your stuff if they ain't got nothing to offer. And a lot of people are not trying to offer anything. They're just trying to benefit. So that's all I got on that issue, man.
But MOT, let me throw this in there and notice how they cling. They jump on the bandwagon. You have nothing to offer, nothing to contribute. I don't mean just from your pockets. They have nothing as far as making a change, a real change. But I'll jump on just to say that I'm a part of something. I just want to be a part of something. And it's like, okay, we see that as well. We've seen plenty of that. You can go ahead and do that. I'm good. I'm not going to be a part of none of that. But I'm go ahead, MOT.
But full circle, isn't it crazy that most of the people who actually complain about the manosphere are doing manosphere content and pretending that they're not manosphere?
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yes. And we've seen that done before plenty of times as well. That's insane. I'm sorry. It's weird.
Yeah, it is.
It's weird. Yeah. We good. We good. I got out what I had to get out. I know that's for sure. It's been a minute.
Yeah,
Very nice. Like Wesley Snipes would say, man, so nice, so pretty. Go ahead.
Well, what you always want to do in life, you always want to put a con man in a position to prove his or her actual point. You always want to do that, and you always want to be in a position to do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the only thing I do is just ask you simple questions about the actual, the observed, known behavior. And once you skip over it and start answering other stuff, I'm like, gotcha, bitch. Look, I don't have to worry about
it. What it was. When that happened, hey, I didn't say anything. That's why
Me neither. Me neither.
Dave Chappelle, gotcha, bitch. Yeah, I was like, oh, that was quicker than I thought. Check. You know, going into checkmate for check. And you know, that's what it was. Between chess and checkers, that's exactly what it was. And he's not as Anton would say, he's not a chess player. Not at all. And I was like, yeah. And the way he did it and had to revert back to, and it just got there. I said, oh, you done got him out of his element. You done got him out of his, you know, you got him out of his whatever you want to call it. Oh my God.
And the only thing you got to do is make sure you keep interrupting him at the point that he's not answering the question. And that's recorded. I talked to you about a very specific thing, and then he just started addressing you and started addressing the worst parts of the master. I'm like, that ain't what I talked about. That ain't the question I asked you.
And you know, and that's why I stayed silent, because I wanted him to go and address that out of respect. I was like, you know what? Check him out. He's gonna address the issue or the point, you know, the question that you gave him, the point. He's gonna speak on that specific talking point. And when he went back to me, I said, "Oh no!" And as you, yeah, it's over. And I didn't have to snap on it. You jumped on it. I was like, no. Leave full circle out of it. I'm addressing you, sir. Address what I asked you, sir. And he didn't do that. I said, oh, it stung. It stung so bad.
And he just put his hands over his ears and just la his way through the conversation. Like, okay, nigga, like shit, you ain't gotta worry about me readdressing this shit, dude. Like, you had your opportunity right then and right there, and you didn't do it. I don't care what your excuse was. Everybody heard what they heard.
And he did the Anton thing, you know, and like I said, I'm not taking sides with neither one of them. When Corey addressed Anton, he said, well, I'll get to that later. I'll get to that. He didn't even do that. He went straight to where it was like, because like with Anton and Corey, he didn't go and sit there with Darlene or D and say, hey, D, and where Corey had to say, no, I'm talking to you. Who the hell? Don't address D. Same with me. He did that. Was like, I'm gonna go back to full circle and I'm gonna get on him. And what you need to do, old school brother, peace and love. And and that peace and love went out the window. That mess that he say over there. What happened to the peace and love, brother? Yeah, checkmate. Because that went straight out the window as well. That fake, no good sucker. All that mess he talking about, peace and love. That's why I had to hit him up with that. There ain't no peace and love. Not in this. Not today. Not with me. You can say that for over there. Keep it over there. We're going to hit you with it. And every time you come with it, not figuratively, you're not literally, figuratively, you're going to get slapped across your head. Every time you come with some side crap, thinking you're going to try to pull something off. Not over here. Not over here. But he'll remember this day, MOT, Miss Sunkiss. He'll remember this day. I want him to. He'll never
I
get
mean, like
another
what they do,
opportunity like this
what they
again.
do is they'll go over to other people and just start lying, and they don't have a sense of character to actually look up what was actually said. Just a bunch of Delta November yups who just won't acceptance anywhere because acceptance is nowhere. You have to understand it's very good that these people are attracted to what they are attracted to. It's easy to dodge at this point. You don't have to go through 15 years of being lost. A lot of these people want to fill that time of inexperience with other people's apathy and pain because that's the only way they can feel anything. And I'm like, look, man, I ain't on that. I don't need that. I will actually be okay with cultivating a different group of people than that. And I got results in real life. What do I need to come online and create a bunch of codependent,
Right,
weak,
right.
servile men? Man,
hmm And
not
I
fucking.
don't even need the attention. I agree, MOT. I don't even need the attention. That's why when he went there and did his little quick little research thing, and I know what he was doing, and it was like, oh, and that's why you're stuck with what? Wow. Now that's the part I'll give it to him where it was like, oh, it's different, real life from now. That part I'll give it to him when he addressed me with that, because I'm like, that part you don't know nothing about me. You know nothing about me when it comes to that. But going back to that other part,
That's
addressing
why I
the
don't
men,
bring
that
wives
part
on
of
camera, bring business on camera. What the fuck
yeah,
for? This ain't where these
right,
motherfuckers trying to be. Hell no, man. Like
right.
these niggas trying to
For
be.
what?
Listen, man. These people are trying to be agreed with. They're trying to shift blame from themselves to other people. Oh man, I'm not handing you shit to cloud chase a motherfucking thing off of. I'm gonna put this
And
conversation way the fuck up here where you can't
right.
join, and I don't give a fuck whether you get it or not. You or your
And gonna throw
own
it
locale
and MOT,
stupidity problem.
right, and gonna throw it to us. Why don't you guys, you men, you in the old school and you MOT go after, why don't you just S the up?
Nah, man.
STFU
Like,
up. Shut up with that. Go somewhere with that.
so
That ain't gonna work over here.
so I got to go and
Trying to give us
overprotect other people who's unwilling to
right.
protect themselves. Are you serious?
Like I'm your soldier, like I'm your soldier. Yeah, like are you serious, really? Like I'm your soldier. I ain't your soldier. Go over there and you go do that. Go save the world. Go save him. Go save him. You go do that. I know what he on. I know exactly
Man,
what he on.
look, I ain't saving shit. Anything these motherfuckers trying to protect, I ain't saving a motherfucking thing. I ain't trying to do none of that goofy ass shit. End of the fucking day, if you ain't got enough sense at this point to stay the fuck away from bullshit, then nothing's gonna fucking help you, Chief. Nothing. And I'm
Right.
not wasting
And
my fucking
MOT.
time.
Right. And I come from a big family. Black women. When he threw that out there, I come from a huge family. Black women all over. Military background in my family. Huge. So that's why I was like, you don't know who you talking to and who you addressing. Mr. Whatever, YN ski mask, whatever, but thinking he knows. That's why I'm laughing within. I didn't have to do that fake laugh. I was like, keep talking that talk. But you don't know. Just like over there, you need to do your homework and your research. But the next time we have this conversation, if we do, I ain't saying with you, MOT, but the next time, you'll know better. You'll know better. Trying to hit on some things and this and the other. And it hits him, but he'll try to throw some in your gas and you move the goalposts and this and that and the other. And it's like each time he doesn't like you to have the upper hand. He thinks it's a one up you type of thing. I've been up against things like in situations like that too, where it's like, let's just have a conversation. This ain't a competition. This ain't a one up in you type of thing. This is more of like, okay, you got me on that. You got me on that. And at times it can be out of fun. And to me, he could take it personal or not. Either way, I got what I needed to get out. I know that. That had to be
And
had.
and people who are on that type of stuff, they don't know how to deal with fuck that. Time's passed. Time for you to fucking show your goddamn work if you have it. Oh, will you guys need to be like, man, fuck putting in more work, motherfucker. I put in as much
Yeah.
work that I need to. The fuck you mean? You just gonna give
Yeah,
me
what
a
the
send off
fuck you
mission, dumb
mean?
nigga? Man, fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Nigga, I ain't doing that shit.
When he said that too, I caught it right away. I was like, oh, this dude right here. This man. So I can get a brown star from you. Salute. You ain't sending me out on no mission. For
Yeah,
what?
man,
For
I
you
refuse. I refuse to
and
do
anybody
business like that.
else.
Yeah, man. Dude, hey, full circle. These are the type of side quests that's in like silver, dude. You don't even get no
Yeah,
experience for doing that shit.
you don't. You really don't. But he think we suckers and we fools. That's why, once again, I'll say it again. I threw in the old school to let him think, to be like, you're not talking to no dummies. It wasn't just being old school, meaning like we've been around, plenty of knowledge and experience. You can learn a thing or two, but he thinking that he gonna school us and give out demands and give out different, like you, as you put, mission. Give us a letter. Now go over there and go do that. Yeah, you got me effed up, sir.
Any
Not
woman
doing a
that she
damn
thinks need
thing.
to be fucking protected need to be the fuck out of here. Because the women need that level of protection to keep being on the bullshit that they on. And I guess we're gonna be here forever. But at the end of the day, sometimes you gotta hear the screams, and sometimes you gotta close the motherfucking door and let them motherfuckers be a one tragedy minimum. Fuck that. This whole over encompassing community shit, so that way we can just keep fuck niggas around. Hey man, I don't know where you get that shit from. Hey man, I do not operate like that. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, I know exactly how I operate, and that's what's kept me around for a very long time.
That's what I'm saying.
And the futures to come, and more
I
years
do
to come.
not have these problems in real motherfucking life because I got motherfuckers who protect me and I protect them, and we have decided that we're not gonna do anything but protect our fucking own, and we gonna be that community. And the rest of these people who need additional help outside of that from a locale, man, fuck those people. Dude, they'll drag on everybody.
And outside of this MOT, I'm gonna add on to that. My circle is small. That's why when
And the
he's
motherfucker.
saying what he's saying, yeah, small, sir. Very small
Listen, man.
MOT. That's all I'm
Listen,
like,
listen,
yeah.
listen, man. Everybody know where the Wayne Manor's at. Everybody ain't coming to the Batcave or Wayne Manor. Everybody
I
ain't
like
coming to
that.
the motherfucker. Yeah. Hey, shit, you know where the address is at the end of the day. We could come out here and team up, nigga, but you better not show your motherfucking ass up at Wayne Manor or the fucking Batcave asking for no help, nigga. Fuck out of here with that.
I was gonna add on, or the Thundercat lair. Ain't nobody
Oh
coming.
yeah.
No,
Oh
no,
yeah.
no. That
Oh
ain't
no.
happening.
Fuck that.
It's on lock. That's why I was like, yeah, you need to recalibrate all that, sir. Recalibrate. Yeah. You keep using that. Use that for yourself. It ain't gonna work over here. But yeah, MOT. But yeah, man, it was fun.
Yeah, man. True
And
protection is
yeah.
environmental. It's not
Mm,
individual.
right. Right. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
He alright though, man. You know, he can just run his troll shit on whoever's gonna fucking listen, man. Like
Right.
I don't consider these dumb niggas as part of the black collective. I think these people are just parasites. I look at these people as slugs, as leeches, as barnacles that attach themselves to ships that have to be scraped off when you come to port. No, people just glue themselves to problems. And I'm like, bro, I don't treat these people like adults, rational adults. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna ask you a specific question and see if you're capable of answering it. If you can't, that's cool. My community works fine. These motherfucking kids who ain't doing shit. Yeah, man, you fucking teach them about some socialization. You ain't got no choice but to get your motherfucking shit together. Because everybody else got their shit together, and the moment some shit come up missing, then I guess we got to get you the fuck up out of here.
And MOT, right. And I at times, internet, real life, either way. Once again, people say, oh, the internet and real life, it ain't the same. Let's just say this. I've given it, let's say the internet, for example, the benefit of the doubt. When I've witnessed and seen, where, as you mentioned what you just said, I've just walked away. That's why I hadn't been around. I hadn't been around. I mean, I could be
You don't need to
around,
be
and
here.
at times I'm around, but I don't need to be. Yeah, for what?
The
Damn.
people
Like I
who
said,
need to be here, they have to wait on
yeah,
the next thing to happen so that way they can fucking talk about it. Period. And me, I like they want to do this false equivocation piece where I'm productive because I keep up bullshit and you're productive because you don't. We the same. No, nigga, we're not the motherfucking same. And don't ever
No,
fucking
we're
think you the
not the
same.
same.
Get the fuck
Right.
out of
We're
here.
not the
No.
same. We're not the same. And I wanted him to see that. I wanted him to realize that. I ain't talking about the cursing and this and the other. I wanted him to MOT. I wanted him to see that. I wanted it to get through his head so he can realize who he was talking to and who he was dealing with and who he was facing. Yeah, we're not the same. And you're not going to push your message and ideology on me or on us. You're not. It's not going to work. You're not going to throw the little hypnotist or hypnotizing thing that goes back and forth, swaying back and forth in front of my face. That don't work. The pendulum or whatever, swinging it back. Yeah, you're in my, oh, yes, now you're sleepy. Now you're following behind me. And now you're doing what I say. I was like, oh, check this out.
Hey man, look. When it comes to the gaslighting and the trolling and the buck dancing and the twerking and not answering simple fucking questions, I'm done. I'm gonna ask you to address the fucking question, and if not, that's where you tell a nigga to leave. Bye, nigga. Die, nigga. Fuck out of here.
Straight
We have no protection for fucking men with dildos like this, man. Like, nah, bro. You trying to shade the fucking truth, man. Fuck out of here, dude. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that, MOT, and ain't nobody got time to be for being nice. Ain't no being nice. Like you said, get the F up out of here. We don't play that. You be over there and talk that talk. I ain't talking about being long-winded and all that, but talk that talk. Don't know pretty much of the time of what they're talking about, but we'll keep them on gaslighting, capping, telling stories. Don't have the correct information, ain't got the stats, ain't got none of that, but just and can't even address the questions or the issues. Can't even address anything, but just will stay on there. Get the F up out of here. In fact, get the F up off the panel. Address the question. Address the question, MOT. Address MOT's question, his statement. Speak on MOT's talking point. Get off of me. You got plenty of time for me. That's why when he was look at, I know it was like, I got a few minutes and stuff, but I want full circle. We're gonna talk to him. Then I got MOT. That's why I was like, MOT, you can go. Oh no.
He doesn't understand that I made him stay by calling that fucking statement out. Like, nah, nigga, you ain't about to just drop this fucking stink bomb and get the fuck out of here. I mean, this whole fart in the elevator shit that he thought he was gonna pull. No, nigga, I'm gonna ask your ass a question. I know you can't fucking answer. Fuck out of here.
MOT, he tried to do the Green Goblin and Spider-Man. Throw the little thing and let it roll. And the little smoke, the little bomb, explodes in that scene. And Spider-Man when he thought he was gonna do that, but your web slinging caught him, was like, no, you ain't going nowhere. I got you. You're gonna stay your ass right here. We're gonna address this. And it wasn't even like you needed me, or it wasn't even about tag teaming, but he looked at it as if like, MOT, pause for a second, but also I want you. I know you do, and I know it hurts. It hurts so bad. But so
he was like, oh, look at the time. And I'm like, nigga, what watch are you looking at? I don't see
what watch are you looking at? Right. What time? But that's
you said that you had time when you brought your dumb ass back. So that's what I'm going off of.
Yeah.
If you ain't got the time, nigga, make time. So that way I can chop your head all the way to fuck off.
That's right. He stepped away to recalibrate and do his little clickety-clack, as I mentioned before, research and be like, I gotta see what's going on this together. I'm not familiar with you, sir. Who are you, sir? You're about to find out.
What they do is they use that, I don't know who you are. I'm like, you shouldn't, but you don't remember this fucking conversation, whether you know who the fuck I was or not. Fuck out of here.
You gonna remember today. You gonna remember this day. That's right. So wherever you bounce to and you can talk about it and speak on it, because he gonna jump to his cousin's channel and he might throw it in different, even though the topic might be on something, he gonna throw it in passing just to throw it out there because he's still stinging. He still got wounds from it. It's gonna sting a little bit. And the other day I was on the channel. I addressed some brothers. Yeah.
Quality is kept, man. I live for the moment of stomping out these dumbass niggas, man. I can't wait to do it again.
But yeah,
man, I can't wait.
I was just resurrected, and that's why I came in and said enough is enough. Like I said, I've been away for a minute, but I've been resurrected. But not to come back, but like you said, finding pleasure in it. Absolutely. Why look at MOT? Why not? Why not?
The place just gets faker and faker and faker.
Yes.
Like we was on some diamond shit. Now we on some cubic zirconia shit. Now we on some just glass prism shit. We was on gold. Now we on fool's gold. Now we on shit that just spray painted gold shit. And it's like, Man,
some
what?
power shit. Yeah, platinum shit. Low, yeah, it goes from the gold, silver, and on down, on down, on down, on down. Being worthless. Being worthless. It has no value. That's it. There's no value. And these individuals don't understand that character means a lot. Your integrity, character, that goes out the window. They don't even care about that.
No, I mean, because
The hell with
character's too
that.
hard.
Yeah.
No, character's too
Yeah.
hard for a shapeshifter, man. It's too hard. It's too hard. We're playing by rules that he can't accept, and he has to be kind of formless and baseless in order to be in the room. We're like, hey man, I ain't got time for that shit. Hey man, look, the track record is a motherfucking track record.
Right. And
These
we're playing with
these
them.
specific
Yeah.
boots that I have on is for stomping out a
hmm
very specific type of fucking person. Make no mistake about it. Fuck out of here.
And we got these individuals, MOT, like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. They come in one way, then the
Yeah.
cocoon is set, you know what I mean? And they come
Yeah.
out a different person. Where it's like, wait a minute, did you catch it? That ain't the same person. Like the scene where they start yelling and they all doing the same thing. They got that little signal that they all yell at each other to know that
Yeah, man.
that's one of them. That's one
Yeah,
of them.
yeah.
You one of us and stuff. Yeah, that's
These,
what you are.
these fast traveling Ewok ass niggas in the woods, man, on them fucking scooters, bro. That's what you turn these niggas into, man. Just asking them specific fucking questions, bro. They gotta get the fuck out of there. Fuck these dudes.
They do, man. And don't put me in along with yourself on no hunt, on no search party type of thing.
And,
I'm not
and here's the
doing
thing,
that.
man. I would treat my brothers I would treat like this. My sister I would treat like this. Anybody that on some bullshit get treated like this. Because I decided to have shit that works than blood flowing here. It's too easy to not fuck with these people. It's too easy.
But we've gotten away, MOT, from the stand for something and fall for anything. And as we have witnessed and have seen, these cats are falling for anything, and they continue to do so, even to the point of reaching down in their wallets and their pockets, where it's like, yo, put your foot down. When you see it, call it out.
It is a dumbass, weak nigga life. I don't want anything to do with it. At the end of the day, these are the people that are here. They're easy to dodge. You don't need no fucking help. You got people in your fucking community. If you're spending real time tuning in to fake motherfuckers and expecting your life to change, that's on you. I'm glad the women are fucking choosing better. Your dick deserved to be in fucking dry dock. Unused dumb nigga sperm is on the shelf. Finally, you fucking people are not procreating. Finally, I'm like, shit, nigga, you better be complaining about it, bitch. Because I don't want you having no more motherfucking dumb nigga kids, man. We have enough of these stupid motherfuckers here as it is. Fuck this.
But check this out, MOT. It's 2026. My how time has flown.
Niggas are still on that
It'll be
2015 shit, man.
Yeah.
Still on that 2015 shit.
You took the words out of my mouth. They still on that and think that we don't know. We have come a long ways and we're steady going forward and still on that and think that we don't know no better.
And
Insane.
these lame ass niggas actually think they're putting their real name up there and jumping on in front of a fucking camera, giving some type of fucking credibility, man. Where the fuck did that shit happen? It's just crazy.
It is. Like, woo, 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 woo.
I'm like, look
out
man,
now.
I've already done all that shit that they're trying to do, that they think they slick about. It's just at the end of the day, man, you can move easier without these people. These people are the reason why the community is what it is. The candle's being burned at both ends. I'm definitely burning at the Generation X end. And these younger motherfuckers don't need older, failed, fuck nigga wannabes, man. They don't need that shit no more. They don't. And these dudes not having kids and the women that they claim they want to be with, fertility window is closing. Hey, man. Yeah, man, I have high hopes for this shit moving forward 10, 20 years, a bunch of these lame, dumb niggas that die the fuck off, and we'll be straight. Back to where we used to be, a functional minority group. So
And that's why on my end, to myself, MOT, to add to that, I was like, you can have it. You can have it. They can have it. You can have it. You can have it. Yeah.
You can have a dumb nigga conversation.
Go do this. No, you can have it. Have at it, sir. not you, MLT. You go have at it, sir. I ain't proving nothing. Ain't proving nothing. And I believe as L Nixon had put in the comment, yeah, we don't have nothing to prove. I'm not proving a damn thing. I ain't proving jack. You go have at it, sir. Go do that.
And most
Go
of these
get it
people with the
in.
complaints are the fucking problem, not the situation. Because if you wanted to produce more to move to another area that's better, nigga, you would have been done that shit. Nigga, this ain't the 1980s where you title locked to a fucking non-workable situation, nigga. The only thing they're trying to do is just motherfucking take the focus off of them and put it on everybody else, bro. Like, ain't nobody that fucking dumb. And even if they are, I'm not gonna allow them dudes to get away with that. Why? You're just gonna have to
Why?
keep babying these niggas and keep burping these niggas like children, man. Fuck that, nigga. I ain't got time for grown ass dumb nigga kids and dumb nigga kids that I not my bloodline and not part of my community. Like, nah, man. Fuck out of here. If these people wanted to be about some shit, it's a pretty diverse group of people of diverse backgrounds. Like, bro, we've been here so long. Like, bro, you could have been got a doctorate, wrote a thesis, done something with your life, and niggas are still having conversation about whack bitch conversations fucking 12, 13 years later like it's new. It's fucking pathetic.
I've sat back and what you just mentioned, I've done the same and watched over the years that individuals could have really come up and done things with their lives, done really serious things for their lives and their community, but yet still on the same topic, same conversation. That's how you know it ain't about nothing, and that it's not real. And that's why I was putting that out there with the fakeness, the fake, and trying to
Concern.
yeah, I wanted
Fake ass
Bronzeville to
concern.
see that, to where right.
You niggas need to fight the real problems in the manosphere. These dudes who are going after these women. I'm like, dude, why the fuck would I go fight for some
WWE,
woman on
like,
TikTok?
Mr.
Like,
Fight.
fuck out of here. Oh, man,
Yeah,
fuck
get him, go get him, book him, Daniel. You know, like what the hell? Like, oh, go get him. Oh.
Man,
You pointing that anger toward in the wrong direction. You need to point it over there. No, you can miss me with that. No. Yeah, that ain't happening.
Man.
Me
I already
too.
got a community, man. I'm not trying to adopt whole communities full of unfuckwithable people, man. Fuck out of here, nigga. Fuck I look like trying to adopt a whole bunch of dumb nigga yup-yups, man. Nah, bro. Nope. Oh, well, it look like you ain't doing enough. How about some dumb niggas? It's like, oh, nah, dude. I'm good on that. I'm good on that.
Why don't you join our dumb nigga crew? You know, join the dumb nigga crew. Join us. Be a part of it. Join us.
Join the dumb niggas. Join the dumb niggas. Join the dumb niggas.
Join the dumb niggas. Join the dumb niggas. Yeah. Hey, all we missing is the theme music. Join the dumb niggas. Got the music, got the women in the background. Swaying from left to right. Yeah. That's all we need is a nice fancy tune. That's all it's missing.
This Congo line of forgettable niggas, man. Fuck out of here, dude. You don't need to be fucking on nothing right now.
That's right.
Ignorant bastard.
No, not right now. So in a couple of years, we'll be approaching 2030. You still on that? That's why I threw it at him. I was like, yo, cat, old school. One day you'll be thankful or blessed to even get there. You know, and when I say old school, you know, and I put it like for what it is, but I guess I was supposed to be on his level. So
No. What they do, what they do is, you know, they want to be on this DJ Hemp / motherfucking Sharon Bailey shit where, you know, ignorant dumb nigga, you get your shit off, and ignorant dumb nigga, you get your shit off. You know, it's just organized idiocy and ignorance. Well, you know, dumb nigga don't get motherfucking interrupted. Dumb nigga get to talk for 1,000 fucking years and not make no motherfucking point. It's like, man, I can't stand these motherfucking idiots, man. Fuck out of here. I don't like hearing dumb niggas talk.
And then once I was about to throw the music in, like you said, join the nigga club, dumb nigga, join the club, and that's what it is. And each one is coming off collaborating just like that. Each one is coming off and getting theirs off. Dumb nigga shit. Each one.
They don't understand the level of hatred actual men have for pretend I keep telling people, the bitch ass nigga was the first transsexual, man. He is. You want to operate like a whole bitch in a man's fucking body, bro. Bro, that shit is disgusting to me. The motherfucker won't not actual, transsexual motherfuckers. I'm talking about these dumb niggas who actually think that they're so fucking profound. And I'm like, ugh, I can't stand you fucking idiots. I can't fuck with it, man.
I know,
can't
like,
fuck with it.
but same here, I can't F with it. I can't fuck with it. I can't. And I
Well,
wanted him to see that.
well,
I
MOT,
wanted Bonds
just
to
let me
see
get
that.
to
Yeah.
my point.
Yeah.
Let me get to my point. I'm like, no, nigga,
Right.
you're supposed to be addressing what the fuck I said, not dodging the responsibility of what the fuck I talked about, and think you're going after a weaker target. Like, he didn't understand that we was asking him the same fucking question.
Right. And then when he came at me with the long, I spoken to him, well, can you, because I've watched him do that before.
Yeah.
The long-windedness will go all the way to the point, toward the point. But in that message, he's trying to convince ones to say, going back to being profound, like, oh man, I wish I could be like you. Is that, like I said, like hypnotizing, like, and I saw it here. I was like, you're not gonna do that because you're over here trying to do the same thing that you do over there. Well, and this and that and you can dissect it, take it apart. You just got to put it in different categories and chapters. But at the same time, it was like, oh no, because I was like, you know what, MOT, you go in there and do it, because your questions are gonna be like boom, 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 as you usually do. Mine's is like,
it's just that look. If he cares so much about them people, nigga, you go rescue them dumbass niggas. I don't give a fuck about it. No, hell no. Not black. Call yourself something the fuck else. I'm not trying to go on these random dumb nigga rescue missions. Like, dude, I got decent motherfucking 2-parent household kids to motherfucking concentrate on, man. You ain't about to send me on some send-off mission to go take care of dumb niggas, man. Fuck out of here. No. Dumb niggas get no motherfucking protection, no focus, no nothing. Don't give a fuck. I don't even care to give a fuck about this. Fuck that.
And as I mentioned before, and as I mentioned this before, MOT will say all of that, but we'll hide behind Christianity. We'll go run straight to religion as a shield every time.
And even as an atheist, that shit pisses me the fuck off. You want to hide in the blood of Jesus the moment your ass get motherfucking criticized.
When you get cornered and criticized and your back is against the wall, you gonna throw that in there. Like, oh wow. Really? Is that what we do?
Horn-headed fucking Beelzebub nigga trying to hide in the blood. I can't fuck with this shit, man.
That's when the claws come out. You just want to rip through them, rip their heads off. Like, take that. Enough of that.
And look, a lot of women, maybe too many, turn to these dudes for protection. And I don't go on no rescue mission to try to help them. I lay down. This is how you get protected. Your motherfucking kids are going to be productive. It's going to be a socialization piece. We don't tolerate fuck niggas and their goddamn behavior or none of that other stupid shit that they own. And that's what we at with it. That's how you have a fucking community. But we allow dumb niggas to think that they're going to formulate their own community with broken toys. When the fuck did that happen? Dumb niggas get to talk about community? Oh no. Lord no. Anything that they're for needs to be fucking destroyed, dismantled. I'm talking about atomized. I'm talking about burned to the fucking ground. How dare you think that you're gonna fucking bring all this broken shit that we gotta waste our goddamn time on fixing just to protect their lame ass? Man, fuck that. I mean, I haven't got this way, in years on people, man. They just don't know how much I hate these motherfuckers. I just don't fucking open my mouth and talk about this shit. Oh, MOT, let's have a combo. Who's this person? Who's that?
Oh, I don't know. Who is that? I mean, I guess.
No, I mean, Candy Cane dropped the link. You the motherfucker who ain't hit it.
Oh, what's up to Candy Cane? Shout out to her. But no, I'm like this. I've had enough of it, man, to where I get it, but to the point where I've stepped back from it. I told you that before. I've just had enough of it because it's not, it's just I don't know. I'm gonna throw this in there. Issue I have, like the Umar Johnson. That is what it is. You know, the whole school thing and the solutions and the things. I'm like, you know, them kids
Done
are like,
talking
how
about
old
that
now?
shit.
Them kids, I'm done talking about that. The kids have gotten older, but but he gets a stage. He gets a panel. He gets to get on different stages at different times and get invited on. It's like, okay, the school and the issues you've
Check
gone
out
through. The
Umar
children are
Johnson's
like
Twitter.
teenagers
That
now.
dude has events booked to the
Yeah.
end of the motherfucking year. Still.
Right.
Crazy.
And I'm like, I don't understand. Why do we do this to each other to where it's like, don't you want your children, these individuals that have children, their sons and their daughters, but yet you have these ones that are saying what they can do and preaching this and speaking on this. And you have the ones out there that's like, I'll be a Patreon. I'm going to still be a follower. I'm going to be a this. I'm going to be a that. I'm going to be a worshiper.
Sorry, man,
I'm not
but
doing- no.
the age of protecting weakness has been over. It's been over for these motherfuckers. The fact that you can't get a bitch is progress. The fact that the only way that you can interact with women is on a fucking panel is motherfucking progress. Your ass shouldn't even be able to sniff the black pussy of nothing. And if I had my fucking choice, you would never have any. Ever. You better be glad I don't have that kind of power. Shit, man. You motherfuckers be out here doing all types of shit for the thought of black pussy. Not black pussy, but the thought of it. You niggas will be putting in a lot of motherfucking work for even thinking that you fucking worthy of procreating. Fuck these people. I'm sorry, man. I just have so much.
But you know, hey, you know what? No, you know something, and I spoke on this on Anton about the movies. You know what I thought of? I thought about Brad Pitt, MOT, and Generation or ZX. What's that zombie movie? And remember, and it's not like that. Gen Z or ZX, Zombie Z, the Z movie with Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
And he had his family. And yeah, okay. I said, that's how I'm going to treat this. I'm going to do that part toward the end where I know he got the shots. And it's like he was just walking through. Like solution-wise, I was like, I know what I need to do.
Did you see Fury with Brad Pitt? and he went over there to that German fucking soldiers like, hey, man, you here to kill these people right here. Put in some fucking work. It's like, I can't do it. I'm like, all right, okay. I'm going to put your hand on this trigger, and I'm going to put my hands over your trigger finger, and you're going to get rid of this motherfucker because that's your job. Be on your fucking job. Kick them in the ass and just kept it fucking moving.
Yeah. And that's where I'm at with this whole internet thing, to where I haven't been around, where it's like, I'm just going to move through this. It's not just being in the clouds. I'll pop out. I don't mean even on panels, just in the chat or whatever. I'm just going to move through, I'm just going to go through. I'm just going to move through it. I'm going to move through the fog, the smog, the hail, the storms, the snow, all of that craziness, all the craziness, where it's like, oh, and we'll meet again. Of course we will, MOT and the rest of us, in 2030, in a couple of years, where it's like, MOT, we still doing the same thing again? We still doing this? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I'm watching the years go by. Yeah. I'm literally watching the years, MOT. That's why when you mentioned the years of 2015 or even before, a little bit after, but back you threw in them years, I was like, oh man, the memories. And look at now, years later, 10, 11 years
you just
later, 15 years later.
You just have to stop the protection of fucking dummies and stopping dummies from procreating. I'm telling you, this place is going to be very different 25 years from now. Very different. Yeah.
I don't even want to see it, MOT. I don't even want to. I'm not saying I don't want to be around. I won't say that. I'm not saying that even toward myself or anyone. I don't even want to see how it's going to turn out in a couple of years. You know, at this pace and where it's going, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Not even out of fear. I don't, because it's different solutions that are out there. It's not even being put into effect. It's just being
more solutions, more ability to get to the money, but the fucking fight's gone. The fight's gone.
Yeah,
the fight's gone.
Right. Yeah,
you motherfuckers have waited till 2026 to start complaining about chicken plant jobs. Are you fucking crazy? Start complaining about jobs that you know you can't produce or raise no fucking family off of. And you want this fucking woman to not take advantage of opportunities and be part of a productivity piece herself. She's supposed to artificially hold her motherfucking self behind to drag your dumb nigga ass up. Nigga, are you fucking crazy? Are you fucking
Now
high?
that's
I
real.
would never
Now
allow no
that's real.
goofy ass shit like that to happen. Man, fuck
That's
that.
real.
No,
That's
hell no.
real. That is so real. And
Um,
that's individuals that stand behind that. They literally stand behind that. And like you said, hell no. They stand 10 toes down on that. I'm not.
protecting
I'm not
weakness.
for that. I'm
Protecting
not for that.
weakness. No.
That thing of between right and wrong has gone out the window. There's no fight, MOT. There's none. That's long gone. That's when I was like, yeah, I'm through. I'm
I am
through.
extremely comfortable and extremely patient on watching these motherfuckers suffer the consequences because you don't want to fucking produce. I am extremely fucking comfortable and patient. I don't have to burn the fuck. I want to burn it to the fucking ground, but at the end of the day, I am comfortable in watching these dumb niggas not figure it out. It's very easy. No money, no woman. Finally, we're there. But these dudes think that they're gonna practice some sort of game that they're gonna get past the financial fees. Yeah, this is all you got left. The manosphere and broken children. That's all you got left. And there ain't enough broken children that's gonna be going around. Because at the end of the day, as long as women ain't choosing these dumb motherfuckers, I'm comfortable with watching these motherfuckers suffer. They're not my people at all. My people are the people who's trying to do shit. I ain't trying to over leverage what we are and what we've been through these nothing ass fucking people, man. Fuck that.
But MOT. But MOT. The women aren't stupid either. They know too. Even if they caught it, late in the game, they've been known. They know the game. They've been known this.
And
But
here's the
as you say,
thing.
you got the stupid mother, Emma Effers. But the women know. Women know. They know. But go
The
ahead.
women know that they
Yeah.
fucked up in the first beginning. The women know that these dudes, dude, a woman could just go pick a motherfucker and get off the market. It's just that these dudes ain't what they want right now. Like
Mm,
they put all their maximizing points in luck and fucking bullshit, not substance. And no one is
mm,
really attracted to non-substantive personnel right now. But the problem is, if they go down that road and actually admitting that they invested in the wrong shit, it would destroy them. They can't take that. They've been so much on the path of looking up to idiot, strange dummies that they can't even admit that they actually did the wrong thing. And look, I don't care about saving you. I don't. I look, like I said, I'm very content with my arms crossed and watching this shit burn to the fucking ground without me lifting a fucking finger to help it. I would not give another nigga's itchy asshole sweat to put these niggas out if they was on fire. Fuck these niggas. They get what they fucking deserve. You should have made sure that you actually produced way sooner than that. You don't want to get it, don't worry about it.
And some MOT, they realize the years have gone by. All those years go by, even if they're in a quiet place reminiscing,
Yes.
they look at it
Mhm.
too, like, what have I done? Yeah. Time ain't waiting for no one, and you can't go back. We can't go back. That's
Bro, like,
real.
bro, a lot of these
Yeah.
people could have been got a motherfucking skill, been got out of them low wage jobs, been produced more and got a new woman rather than actually being sad and mad about the woman that you chose because you was on some bullshit. Uh, yeah, yeah, bro. Like you can produce more and get up out of these circumstances, but they want to do everything else in the world but produce. I don't care about men who don't want to produce. They get no protection from me. Fuck them dudes.
But MOT, I remember you used to preach that on your streams, on your
Yeah,
channel, and that was
yeah.
one main thing. It was production, produce. You was a big stickler. You stayed on that in some of your videos. You would preach about production, producing. Be a producer. I don't even see that. That's not even spoken. I
No,
mean, in this space, do you know? It has. How long has it been? I don't even hear about that anymore. I said, oh my
no, you
God, it's
don't.
like night and
You
day.
don't.
How things have changed. Where I don't even hear certain things going back to the
Dude,
fight that we would fight for. I don't hear it. Nah.
all these nonprofit programs, all these city resources that we fought for, and black people don't even show up to motherfucking use the shit. And you really think I ain't supposed to just team up with other motherfuckers? I'm like, look, man, I ain't trying to correct the black community. I'm trying to create a group of working class individuals. That's where I set my fucking flag at. And I'd be damned if I fucking work with anybody else other than working class people. That whole we black shit, nope. Brought a whole bunch of people in that didn't need no help, none to the whatsoever. I'm cool right now. Look, marriage is straight, business is fine, community's thriving. These fucking kids are finally not paying attention to weak ass and dumb ass fucking men. Fuck that. I'm giving you nothing. Nothing. You get nothing but your hard dick and complaints about shit that you ain't trying to fix. I'm trying to leave you with nothing.
Let me throw this
Not,
at you,
not him.
MOT. Right, check this out. This dawned. I thought about this the other day. This dawned on me, and even with you reminding me what you just mentioned, I don't hear that as much. There was a time when I used to hear that, and I was like, how come I don't hear that as much? I know it's out there on different channels. B1. I used to hear that at one point a year in time. I used to hear that on a regular basis. B1. Do you know I don't even hear that as much? It used to be just thrown out there, thrown out there, thrown out there. And I don't know if individuals have said, you know what? Wait a minute. Yeah.
No, but it's DM one. Dumb niggas first. It's like, nah, dog. Nah, dog. I'm cool on that. At the end of the day, if your household ain't straight, you better not tell me about what you're trying to provide for the community and what you're trying to socialize other people to produce for a community. Your first community is your household. If you are a bitchless dude trying to apathy mine TikTok for videos about women, scum of the fucking earth. Fucking worst person on the planet.
And speaking of that, right, and speaking of that, and I'm gonna backtrack on this. That's why when Brownsville said, "Hey, I'm not perfect with this, that, and the other." Before you start dictating and shooting out, not even missiles, or start giving out pamphlets and letters to go attack, and go do this and do that, just in general, your stuff better be perfect. Squeaky clean. You better not have no cracks, because I have an issue with that. It's a pet peeve of mine. When you start that whole dictating and this and that, you better be, not even Jesus, you better be your household, because you reminded me of that when you mentioned household. Your household better be spick and span before you start coming on a stream and coming after different individual or men or even women. Anyone. You better be the ish. Your household better be. That's why when I listen, I never hear him speak on that. Even if he's being the example, to be like, oh, this man right here, he's one to look up to. But at the same time, it's a whole different story where it's like, okay, so your stuff ain't perfect. So I caught that where it's like, oh, was that a disclaimer to say, hey, I ain't perfect? I'm like, I'm so glad you said that. But then you put off and say certain things, the way your actions speak different. So whenever you come, so when he said that, I was like, how dare you, without me saying how dare you. You don't tell me nothing, because I know you got some cracks in that armor. But you have others that's up there, he done put the super glue and put it together, or as if like they might not see it. It's in there, but y'all ain't gonna see it. That's why we say, I'm not perfect and stuff, but you're not seeing that. We gonna see certain things. I'm not saying we perfect either, but we see. Others might not see, and you don't want others to see, but we're here to bring it to the forefront. Peace and love. That's my favorite.
Man, at the end of the day, man, those who can't play, coach. And those who can't coach should be shutting the fuck up.
Right.
I ain't trying to hear that shit. Yeah.
That's what I say. Yeah, like, with the whole you as an elder in old school, you can't teach me nothing. How dare you? You as an elder, he gonna try to throw that on like, oh my god, oh man, I'm gonna catch it. That's why I was like, MOT, you said at the beginning, you said I already know what Full Circle is gonna come with and what he's gonna say and stuff. I was like, here we go. From some Slick Rick. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. It's been a long time since it just felt good, the blood running through my veins, where it's like, come on, Brownsville, target is on you. I mean, you in my sight right now. Because you don't do
other
enough,
people
man.
Who are actually full of shit don't put themselves in position to have to be asked these fucking questions. You got to be smart enough to not allow that to happen to you. But if you're dumb enough to show up, shit, motherfucker, I'm coming with maximum fucking destruction.
But look at MOT, but then yet we'll speak on something
it'll move to the next panelist and they'll forget all about it as if like, some might say, oh, wait, hold on. But in the past, it's been times where it's like, oh, shoot, I'll agree. Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't mean like yes, man, but it's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. You didn't see nothing in that. You agree with that? Oh, no. And as you mentioned, I'm going to say, no, you're not going to get away with that. Address it. You need to address that. Get off of me. That's why the way MLT was like, man, you should come on, Brownsville. He should have went first. 'Cause look what you did. But I guess it was too much for him. It was like, no. I got to because even if he wasn't here, MLT, I would have still did the same thing. I would have did the same thing.
Oh no! Oh no!
My goodness.
Shit!
Yeah.
I stopped driving. I want like shit. I want to make sure I'm in a good Wi-Fi area. Everybody can fucking hear me. Fuck out.
I was laying down and I had to sit up and be like, oh no, you get my full attention, sir. We ain't gonna drag and whatever on you is a hypocrite because you say whatever, whatever, man. Tit for tat, tomato. I know on streams he's been so long with it to where individuals will lose their thought and they'll be like, wait, hold on. Or he'll say something and people will let it slide. They'll be like, y'all gonna let that slide? He'll say something. It's like, you're not gonna correct that? You agree with that? There's no way. You all have the right to say, no, that's not right. And that's why I said it jokingly to say, you always with the right and did the rights and did the right. And it's out of habit. I get it. But no, with all them rights, add them up together, I'm going to cut and slice that and say wrong. Maybe not to everything, but wrong. You're wrong, sir. You're wrong. You can't get away.
I mean, but they created.
You're going to get away with it?
But they created a level of principle out of non-principle. Like, we supposed to let him get his shit off. We supposed to let him dodge the motherfucking question. We supposed to let this nigga motor mouth us into the fucking whatever fucking sphere of space that he wanted to talk about. It was like, nah, man, we ain't doing that.
And MOT, just like in the movie It with the clown, when he kept going and going, and I've seen it not even over here. Now, it's like my eyes will start to be. Remember when he'll do the clown thing and he opens his mouth and they start rising to the sky and their eyes start to turn a different color. That's how he's trying to do different individuals listening to him, where they just listen, and all of a sudden they're hit with it like, boom, you got me. I'm part of the nigga shit. I'm part of the nigga shit now. MOT, he got me. Save me, MOT, he done got me. Don't let him get you, sir. Don't let him get you, MOT. Nah, not today. You're not gonna pull that. You're not gonna pull that the it beams on me. Or on you.
It's just at the end of the day, man. Like, the over-procreated, non-productive male have no place in society. And they go to places where they can get this stuff off. And I say, hey, man, look, let them be out there. We need to know who they are. We need to know who their associates are. And that's just it, man. Just leave them out there. I don't care. It's just that, look, I'm just going to ask my questions. I know you can't answer them. And you're just going to have to run off the panel. Because, I mean, I've made this shit with a bunch of people. It's either answer the questions or fucking leave. I'm not backing
MOT.
down.
Right, and MOT, if you believe so strong in your message and ideology, spread the word, sir. Don't just keep it in one.
This dude clearly came up here and tried to
Hebrew Israelites. Yeah, go ahead.
He tried to present my platform to me like it's his platform. It's like,
yeah,
what is this nigga talking about? It's like, bro, we heard about what?
Right.
Yeah.
I caught it. I was like, oh, and he gonna do it over here too. Oh, my message, because y'all don't believe in my message, my ideology. Yeah, spread the word, brother. Spread it. I don't think it's getting to the masses out there. It needs to be spread to the rest of the world that you think will listen to that. That's gonna buy that. That's why you keep it right there in your little sector. Oh, Cuzzo, what you think? What you think? Cuzzo, you think you agree, Cuzzo? Stand on your own 2 feet. Cuzzo, what you think? Cuzzo, you don't agree with that? Come on, what about that? Now, I know I got my cousin, we family. What about the rest of y'all? Cousin believe in it? What about y'all? Mikey likes it. Mikey likes that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Quay's still here, so that way she can shut down the panel.
Yeah, I didn't know she's around. She can shut it down whatever she likes, but I'm done with it, MOT. I'm done.
Yeah. That's it. That's it.
That's it.
Well, we have successfully inoculated ourselves versus this bullshit. So
salute. Yes, sir.
Queen, you still here? If she's not, then MOT. I'll see you around. It's been a pleasure,
Yeah, yeah,
man.
yeah. Same here,
Shout
man.
out to
All right, man. Let
Auntie
me get up
too.
out here.
All
Yeah,
right,
same
man.
here.
You be safe. You
All
got
right,
it.
cool.
Yep.
All right, y'all bless.
Later. Peace.
My bad. I was leaving. Thank y'all for coming and hanging out and all that good stuff. Hope y'all enjoyed the show and all that good stuff. But I'm just to go to sleep. Shout out to we got uh some cash apps. Okay, let's do those. We had L Nixon. Thank you for the $10 cash app. I mean not cash app. Super chat. He said BJ was good. Auntie Queen Full Circle. MOT. Good to see you, brother. I should put it on the stage so y'all can see it. Hey, nothing works if you don't acknowledge it. When you do, then that's when it works. Y'all don't have to prove anything. Thank you for the super. All right. Uh, then we have another $10 from L. Nixon. It says the issue is complaining about the very thing content creators will allow on their panel because the views go up. There should be no difference on how you carry yourself online. Okay. And is that all of them? I think that's everything. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see y'all next time. All righty. Bye bye.
I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.